welcome to another live stream on this very cold, dark and cold Wednesday evening. How is everyone doing? Hope you're having a great week. And yeah, we're getting towards December now. Exciting times for Amazon sellers, I'm telling you. December is the best time, the most exciting time. As long as you don't get banned by Amazon. Hey Plumber, how's it going? Right, I'm just going to put a quick message out to the group. Just let everyone know I am live. And then we will come back. And yeah, so today we're going to do some Qogita sourcing. I missed last week. But yeah, today we're going to be doing some sourcing. Hey Empire, how's it going? Let me just zoom in on the old... There's all this setup required for doing like live streams. But yeah, zoom in. How's it going, mate? Thanks for joining us. So yeah, today we're going to do some sourcing. Obviously, I'm going to take any questions you guys have got. We've got interesting discussion in the group about fees and whether you kind of factor... I mean, well, obviously they're kind of factored in, but do you kind of like, I guess, look at them? Very interesting kind of question. Hey, Bert Spitz, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you guys taking the time to come on and watch the stream. But yeah, there was an interesting topic about whether we factor in or look at fees on Amazon, and I said I never look at them really. As long as I'm making money on the product, I don't really care what Amazon make. It kind of sucks if you go and look at it, and oftentimes they're making more money than you are. But obviously they have to deal with like the postage, they have to actually ship it, and all that kind of stuff. So but at the end of the day, the fees are the fees. There's nothing you can do about them, and it's part of the sort of game, I guess, with Amazon. The fact you got to pay. Like I think they say Amazon have made more money this month than I have. So let's actually have a look before we go on and see what we're on for the month. I did a screenshot, but I've had a like 5 minutes ago, but I've had a sale since then. So not much, 95p. So there's a good example. So yeah, I've made 95p on a product, but Amazon, the fees are £3.42. So yeah, obviously they've got to post the item as well in that 342. But let me just throw this on the screen here and show you guys how I'm doing for the month so far. So looks like we might hit 10,000, which is pretty awesome. Hey MTT, how's it going? How was the speed dating? Oh god, you remember? That's cool. Yeah, it was really good fun. So anyway, there's the profits anyway. Let me get rid of those quickly so you can kind of see what I've done for the month. Yeah, very good fun, mate. It was absolutely heaving. It was like, it was crazy. It was good fun. So had one match so far, so that's good. But yeah, it was good fun. So yeah, really busy. Like 22 men, 222 women. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, good fun. Cool. So we've got like 11 viewers so far. That's pretty awesome. Hopefully a few more will come in so far. Has anyone been ordering from Qogita recently? I've been rinsing it, and I really should be slowing down because, like I say, I get my Amex bill down a little bit, and then I'm spending more money. It's going to be fun to pay that off by the 23rd of December. Yeah, so... And I went watch shopping today as well. I didn't actually buy anything, but... and got invited down to Goldsmiths. They had like a Rolex event on, so I was like, oh, cool, I'll go down. And yeah, got to try on a sick watch that cost 55 grand. I am so far away from being able to buy one of those watches, but it was really nice to try. And I was like, yeah, there it is. That's the one I want. But yeah, it's I don't think I'll ever spend that kind of money on that kind of watch. But it's kind of cool to dream about that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I can try them on. You can try anything on. Doesn't mean you can afford to buy it. So, but it was like it's pretty much one of my dream watches. So, which is a Meteorite Pepsi Rolex. So, yeah, I can show you guys a picture if you want. Let me quickly get it up. Not that we're talking too much about that kind of stuff when you get onto Qogita and things like that, but yeah, maybe I'll show you that a bit later then if you guys really want. But hey, Snappy, how's it going? Hey, Dex, how's it going? Enough was flexing. It's not mine. I just tried it on. Anyone can go into any kind of store and try on jewelry that is way out of their price range. So it was a Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi, but with a meteorite dial. I'll get up the old screenshot here and show you quickly if I can actually find it. Here we go. Let me save it. Although Discord's probably ruined the quality of it. throw it in here. So this is what I tried on today. This is obviously so out of my price range, but it's nice to try this stuff. Well, just kind of like dream about this kind of stuff. The quality is probably terrible for you guys. So this is way out of my price range, and it probably will always be £55,000. This is basically white gold meteorite dial. It was sick. It was nice to try it on, but yeah, I just want to point out I'm not buying that watch. It's freaking insane, but it was good fun to try it on anyway. So hey Lewis, how's it going? Hey Tosev, hey Auto, hey Jacob, thanks for joining us. And also Nuffles, thanks for joining us. Cool. So 7 orders, Qogita orders now, Dex. Nice. But Amazon being, honestly, Qogita invoices kind of don't cut it for ungating right now. I'd say just use Notino. That's what I pretty much do now. When it comes to ungating, it kind of sucks. They're being very strict right now. Tosif says, so I was meant to have my interview today with Amazon for the whole Section 3 thing. Totally misread the time. Thought it was at 2:30. For some reason, they listed the time, I guess, in Pakistan first or wherever it was, and then my time. So I thought it was 2:30. Turns out it was 9 a.m. and totally missed it. So, fortunately, they emailed me saying you can reschedule. So I've rescheduled. I think hopefully for that 7th of December or something like that, 6th of December. But whenever they send, they basically just tell you, don't they? They give you like 12 hours notice or something, and then So. Simon checks us demands Pepsi's out of price range. Yeah, look, I like to aspire to these things, even though I say I'm not materialistic. I think I've really proven I am. I don't know. I like to just look at these things, even though they're ridiculous purchases. It just, I don't know, it motivates me. Actually, to be fair, I wasn't expecting that today. When he pulled it out, I was like, wow, that is top. That's a top watch. I was not expecting to see that at all. But that's why I guess they do these like little events where they bring these special watches out. And it had a really nice pattern on there as well. These obviously meteorite dials. Every one's different and it can be quite plain. And this one's anyway. Let's not talk about watches anyway. So get you reach it. Good budget watch. You're gonna get a Rolex? No. I'm not gonna get no. No. I'll wait until my authorized dealer has one for me. So, Snappy says, even when the supplier chain what do you mean, Snappy? Sorry, I totally missed that. Auto, what happened with YouMove products? What even happened? So, the YouMove thing basically was there were a bunch of Chinese sellers on there who were selling fake items, and basically, they've been doing it for months and months and months, selling thousands of them. It was obviously a very popular product. And what they put in the stuff was like poisonous or harmful for pets. So eventually some pets had to be put down or just got ill, the vets. And eventually Amazon had to step in, and then they basically lumped all third-party sellers into one sort of lump. I'm dragged into this. I've literally had I think I've sold 5 items. So I had so few. Oh, it was ridiculous. Or 6, I think I sold. So, man, it sucks. I've been dragged into this as well. But anyway, so unfortunately, they lumped all third-party sellers into it. And now they want to do video verifications, make sure you're all legit and stuff like that, which is cool. I'm happy to do it. So just turns out they've been very, obviously everyone talks about their experience. One guy, Price, was like, yes, it's 5-minute call, real nice little chat. It's like, just check my ID and stuff. Then someone else says, yeah, I had a 30-minute grilling. They're asking me, showing invoices, logging into online stores. So it seems like some people are getting an easy ride and some people are getting proper grilling, which is typical Amazon, I suppose. They're just never consistent in what they do. Apparently even the same person interviewed 2 different people and had 2 different experiences. So I guess they have a number of questions they have to ask, and they're just on a page. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's what happened with the YouMove. All I'm going to say is, look, if you're going to make fake products like these Chinese people did, just make them out of dog biscuits or something like that, or something very boring, flour or something like that. I don't know. Why do you have to make it hazardous? It's like the whole milk scandal over again. You can search that 2008 China milk powder scandal. Where they basically made fake milk powder, but they put some horrendous stuff in it, which caused all sorts of problems like kidney stones in babies and stuff. Just make it out of dog biscuits. You probably would have flown under the radar for much longer. Anyway, but yeah, it's probably cheaper to use poison. Anyway, that's what happened with that. It's crazy. So yeah, Jacob, I will catch you in Dubai, mate. We'll go out for a meal and a few drinks and stuff. So yeah, that'll be awesome, mate. Oh yeah, Snappy saying he said about Qogita invoices not ungating. Yeah, well, the problem right now is Amazon are so variable in what they do. It's really hard to know exactly what works. The only thing I know from like repetition is Latino invoices work. Even then, though, they're not 100% guaranteed. You just have to like, Packer Urban, a great example, took me 10 goes. So it's very hard to like say, hey, I can't say to you like a Qogita invoice is going to work. Because people are getting kicked back. But the same happens with Latino as well. So it can happen where they're just so variable. It's very hard to give advice right now on what. And it's like I said, I had I think it was an IP claim or a parallel import claim. No, I think it was the IP claim in like 8 of my different EU regions. I submitted the same invoice at every single one. 3 got accepted, 5 got rejected. So go figure. There you go. So is there any downside of a random invoice where they don't check them? Yeah, don't do that. I keep everything above board with Amazon. I don't recommend you do anything like that. Just always be 100% legit with Amazon. Dior worked on Qogita invoice. Givenchy currently with suppliers invoice round and round. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like literally, it's just, and Dior's a top brand as well. Like Givenchy and Dior are both top brands. But yeah, so who knows? It's just so variable. Depends who you get on the day, basically. Hey Kevin, how's it going? Thanks for joining us again. What's the weather like in Florida at the moment? Hopefully it's nice. Auto antics, snapping, having a luck, ungating. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Anyway, guys, let me get some sourcing going. We can talk as we're sourcing. Let's try and find some good stuff. Let's just move that over to there. Go to talking head. And here we go. Let me just close down my notes. I was making notes on all the different things, all the experiences people had today. So I'm more prepared going into the interview. Right then. Nope, that's too much. Cool, so I ran some scans from today. So what I'm using, guys, here is a combination, and you can check the links out, by the way, for and links in description. For this, you get £120 off your first order using my code FBA Mogul. Again, link is in the description, that code as well. I'm using Qogita price drops, which is waitlist right now, but if you get on the waitlist, you'll be let in pretty soon, don't worry. And Arbisource as well. Again, link for that in description. I think there's code FBA Mogul 30 for 30% off your first month and 7-day free trial. So yeah, you can basically kind of do this all kind of for free and get your first order and get a discount. So I've run some of these price drops for today. We're going to have a look basically and see what's going on. Don't know if some of people have taken them yet or what's going on. This one here, God, this one's a trap. I know some guy who bought this 7 Seas joint care one. But yeah, so another good tip actually here is going to be, actually if we can click on it, maybe we can actually see. I thought they'd fix this one, but let's have a look. Yeah, so let's have a look at this one here, just a good example. So, okay, it looks okay actually. Okay, yeah, so a good example here where you just need to be kind of careful. This says a pack of 3, so even though the EAN I think is the same. So you just need to be careful here. This is a pack of 1. This is a pack of 3. So always be careful on this kind of thing, basically. So that one there is not a deal. I know someone who unfortunately fell for that, although I think it was a slightly different issue they had. But yeah, always just be careful about that kind of stuff. Anyway, filters that I use. For this, we're going to kind of use like £1.50 profit, maybe 15-20% ROI. I normally exclude results out of buy box, but I've kind of started maybe leaving it open. I don't know. We'll go with it for now anyway. Saying that though, no, we'll untick it actually. I think. So yeah, Plymouth saying yeah, not worth the hassle to get course 100%. So Dilly Wally saying today I had a customer damage return. What's the crack with that? You gotta suck it up. Unfortunately, that's the downside. Customer damage is not covered, so you have to eBay it or sell it as used on Amazon, like used like new or used whatever. Although if it's damaged, then yeah, mate, I had a drone that I sold, and someone crashed it. They returned it, got a full refund, and I was then left with a broken drone, which I had to sell for parts on eBay. So yeah, that's part of the game. Unfortunately, that's one of the downsides of Amazon. So returns suck, but yeah. What are you going to do? Right, so what I also do then, yeah, no, mate, insane, right? We're going to order by monthly sales here, and we'll go from here. So what I'm looking here is like the confirmed sales. So I see this is like 8,500 sales here, but this is a variation. You can see this 38 variation. So if I actually went into this one quickly, you can probably see that this one itself probably doesn't sell that much. Let's have a look. Yeah, so less than 50 basically. So we'll skip that one. But this one here sells 200 per month, so this is kind of interesting. We've got £3 profit, apparently. Graph looks somewhat stable, maybe a little bit inflated. We'll have a look at it and see. This could be quite a nice, like 200 per month. £6.18. I think I've seen this one before. No, apparently, yeah, this is where you think you've seen something before, but it's a different shade, because there's like a million different shades, these kind of things. So £6.18, actually, I think it was, wasn't it? Let's have a look. For this one, it's a £6.18. Why do I keep putting 28? £6.18. So £1.50 profit. It's not quite what Arbisource is saying, but so let's have a look here. So what am I looking at, by the way? Just to talk about my thought process here. I'm looking at the SPM initially. I can see here it says 200 SPM. You can see this bit I'm highlighting here. And someone asked in the group actually how, talking about the seller ramp sort of SPM. I mean, here it seems pretty much exactly accurate, so that's quite nice. But I always look at Amazon first, generally. If the Amazon tell me 200 per month, that's pretty much the end of the matter. I don't need to do any more research. That's it, basically. If it's under 50, then it doesn't kind of show you. You have to kind of go down to Keeper or use seller ramp. Now, here you can see Keeper saying 75. Now, that's just totally wrong. Yeah, and it's based on the drops, the BSR drop, so it's like an estimate. But ideally, you want to try and stick to ones where it's probably 50 or more, and then oh yeah, I do have like split storage on there. That's interesting. So I don't know why I've got 1 month on there, but is that the default? Never thought about that. So I mean, yeah, for this one, I guess it doesn't make any difference because it's just so tiny. But we'll look at it in another. Well, if I find out, not that you get many big items in health and beauty, but is it affected down here? Yeah, God, it's not changing anything, is it? So anyway, but yeah, kind of an interesting one actually. This one, I mean, this is a lipstick, so it just costs nothing to store. But yeah, so thanks for joining us as well, Brad. Do appreciate it. So this one here, anyway, going to the sort of like, that's what I'm looking at, like the SPM. Next, I'm looking at sort of price stability. Like right now, it's saying we're going to sell for $13.81. We can see by, if I just tidy this up a little bit for you, you can see here the buy box price. We're looking at the pink line here. We can see that, it's a little bit inflated. It has been sort of maybe even 16 in the past, but it's also been like $9.99. It's also been down to like, about £9. If we were to sell this for £9, we'd be losing money, 74p. So we're kind of like trying to figure out, hey, if I get this in, what am I going to sell this for? What's the history telling us? And then we can go out to the year and we can see, do you know what? There has these blips where it goes up to £16 or £15, but good majority of the time it's between 9 and 12. So probably not that great. And you can see the price has gone up because the seller count's dropped. So this could be a good opportunity to try and get some stock in. But you run the risk of basically going back to like £12. So if it goes to 12, I mean, you break even essentially. So it's not end of the world. But if it goes down to like 9, you're basically screwed. So this one here, there could be opportunity here. I wouldn't go crazy on it. There's 33 available, so you probably wouldn't even hit the minimum order quantity anyway on this one. But, for 33, if I could buy those, I probably would take a gamble on that kind of like small number. I wouldn't be buying hundreds of those. But yeah, so it's something you could kind of take a gamble on there. But it's not like not the best one, really, so we'll kind of move on. But that's kind of stuff I'm looking at. So let's have a look actually at quickly. Cool, we've got 20 concurrent viewers right now. That's awesome. Thanks, everyone who has joined us. Right, so we've got another one here, 4,000, but it's no confirmed sales. I'm going to skip down here. Estee Lauder, here we go, is a good one. So there's always these coming on, by the way. Always some kind of, and it's always a different shade and stuff like that. You can obviously see there's so many different shades and sizes and things like that. So, there's always these ones coming up. So if you see it and go, hey, I've seen that one before, it's probably a different shade. So this one here is 2150. Apparently I've seen it at 2152. I think I actually did sent this one to a friend earlier, actually, but it's no longer that price. You can see this price is a little bit late. So this is a lot of these price drops are from 6 a.m. So what I did is like the entire day's worth of price drops. And just seeing like what's available. Now you can obviously see someone snap this one up. Why did they snap it up? Well, the first when I look at these things, I suppose we're looking at green flags and red flags. Green flag, or positives and negatives, I say, is 300 per month. Insane. That's really good. That's what we want to see. 300 per month. We obviously can see decent profit as well. So £5 profit per unit. So overall, ticking all the boxes. Estee Lauder is a fantastic brand as well, so definitely underrated. So scrolling down, let's have a look at the price history. We can see in the 3 months, pretty damn stable. So another kind of like thumbs up, which is awesome. Going to the year, we can see, maybe a little bit inflated on the price, but still pretty damn good. I mean, it goes down to like 31, but overall pretty good. So like, still making like 40p. If you like worst case scenario, you're making 40p. Your best case scenario, you're making like £5-7 or whatever. So pretty damn good. So overall, this one's like a no-brainer. Obviously, fortunately, it's gone by now. But this was on there for a few days, by the way. So let's actually have a look and see. You can see this one was at a cheap price from the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 25th. So this was on there for a long time, actually, until it finally sold. Empire, just signed up with Skirvik Prep Center and wondering, is inbound retailer to Prep Center outbound to... Yes, exactly, yeah. So they use some software. I can't remember what it's called now. It's like, they're like using some software. The inbound basically is, what you're going to be sending into them. So you need to add it to Seller Central. And then it takes a little while to sync up. That's the only kind of annoying thing, I suppose. But then just add in all your inbounds there. So... it says OP band IP. What's that? For Auto Antics. Oh, you mean Estee Lauder? I don't pay... By the way, Seller Amp's fantastic, by the way. I don't pay any attention to this bullshit. It's just so wrong. Estee Lauder is a killer brand. Probably shouldn't have told you that. So don't worry about that. Yeah, I literally don't even pay any attention to that whatsoever. I make my own judgment and arts people basically will go from experience. This is a really good brand. So never seen a good shade of Estee Lauder where probably a good job as Mrs. would steal my stock. Yeah, expensive stuff as well. 30 quid for it. What is this actually? It's a we sell this stuff. We don't even look at it as long as you make sure it's the extra same product in terms of like the color and stuff. But this is stay in place makeup. Okay, cool. Yeah, whatever that means. I guess it's just makeup. Is that, I guess, non-stay in place is where it just droops down, you look like a clown. I don't know. Over time. So obviously Estee Lauder is a fantastic brand, a very popular brand, and obviously you can see a very expensive brand for a tiny little bottle like that, 37 quid or something. So cool. Right, let's have a look at some other stuff then. Let's actually find a deal that's in stock. So this is the same item. I did combine a bunch of things together, so some files. We might have some overlap here. We've got 100 sales per month confirmed on this one. So foundation, there you go, cool. So I'm not that familiar with, I obviously sell quite a bit of perfume aftershaves now. It's weird because I always said to people, hey, health and beauty is not that great. And then obviously I discovered Qogita and now I've done a total U-turn on it. It is what it is. So I just got a DM here. From Nikos, actually. I'm not sure what he's saying, but look at that afterwards. So here we've got one here, 100 per month. Not looked at this one before, so this one here is apparently £6.46. I'm not sure if this is still the same price, but let's have a look here. £6.46. 73 pence profit apparently. So what was going on here? It was 13.64, 182. So maybe the price has gone down slightly. Okay, there's an FBM at 12.99. I don't really factor in FBM, so we'll change the price here to 13.71, which is what Amazon is. So kind of £1.20. Look, this is pretty thin at this point. I'm not gonna lie. Hey Itachi, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. How are you doing? So Snappy sold some on eBay while trying to get ungated. Yeah, it's a solid brand, guys. It's a solid brand. So I've made a lot of money with Estee Lauder in the past. In fact, one of my best ones actually was a apparently out of date Estee Lauder one that I was able to clean up hundreds of units from a place, an online retailer. In fact, I'll tell you what it is. Well, anyway, it was called Hoagie's Online. Apparently out of date, but it wasn't actually out of date. So I had one return where someone complained. Isn't health and beauty troublesome? Not really. No, it's pretty good. Pretty good category, to be fair. It can be a bit saturated at times, I think, but overall, it's fine. Yeah. One thing I'm going to definitely avoiding now, though, is anything that's edible. So in terms of like vitamins or powders, or because the whole U-Move thing. Yeah, it was the 12M one. Yeah, exactly, Brad. Yeah. So one person did complain, but everyone else was very happy with it. So yeah. But yeah, anything that edible, really, I'm kind of avoiding now because there was some probiotic recall. There was that U-Move stuff. I'm just like, you know what? Anything edible like that, I'm just not going to sell anymore. This one here is looking pretty thin, I'm not going to lie. So thumbs up, 100 per month. Thumbs up, or thumbs down on the profit. It's really thin. If you self-prep it, it's okay. But if you're using Prep Center, it's basically your profit gone. Profit-wise, in terms of sales, it looks a little bit maybe inflated, a little bit. Let's look at the year quickly. Yeah, it's a pretty high price. I think thumbs down on that one. Probably no good. Move on. Not worth the risk. So let's move on to the next one. Max Factor, another good brand. I mean, what was this one? Oh, L'Oreal. Oh, obviously L'Oreal is a very good brand as well, to be fair. Max Factor. Okay, this one here has been this price for a long old time. So what's wrong with it? Let's have a look. It's United Kingdom seller as well, which I'm pretty sure I know which one this is. There might be multiple United Kingdom sellers, but pretty sure I know which one that is. Let's have a look. So I've not looked at this one before. What's the price on this one? £3.42. So why has no one bought this? Well, apparently it's because I made the mistake here of not looking at the confirmed sale. So this one here is an example of one that sells less than 50 per month. So that's a reason why it's not no one's cleared it. The actual SPM is according to Keepers, around 65. And this is where the seller amp kind of falls to pieces, because it's basically like bundling all the variations together and saying it sells 1,492. Useless. So Amazon's not telling us, or they're telling us by not telling us. Amazon's telling us it's under 50 by not giving us a number. Keeper is saying it's 65. You know what? It might be 65 given this time of year, but normally it's going to be somewhere under than that. Seller amp's just like doesn't know what the fuck is going on. So this one here is just not worth it, really. So even if the price looks pretty stable and stuff. So yes, this is Arbisource, mate. So there's a link for that in the description. It's mainly for UK and EU, though. I don't think they do it in the USA. If you want to get something similar for USA, there is, oh God, testing me now. Tactical Arbitrage is the one that's kind of like more based for US people. If you want to check that, it's very expensive, though. Right, then let's check out this next Maybelline one. So we're looking for these confirmed sales. So here we go. We've got another Maybelline one here. 50 SPM on this one confirmed. One thing we do need to be careful of, by the way, is a lot of this kind of health and beauty stuff tends to get a little bit inflated at this time of year. So with something like this, I mean, that can be a very good thing, by the way. If you want to buy stuff specifically for Christmas. But if this is something you're thinking, hey, I'm going to buy like a bunch of units and sell them into January, February, March, April, this 50 SPM might not hold out beyond sort of January. I'm not sure people buy this kind of thing really for Q4, for Christmas. It maybe gets a slight bump in sales, but probably not. But obviously something like a perfume aftershave just goes through the roof at Christmas. But yeah, so just something to keep in mind. Let's have a look actually here. We can see, yeah, it's pretty stable actually. It's always around 50, so that's not too bad. So yeah, it's actually, everything I teach you is basically just like, from my own experience in the UK, and a tiny bit of Europe as well. So it's that's all I can really help you with. There's other people that kind of do USA. But I do appreciate you hanging out there, by the way. So you can still learn some stuff. I learned a lot of stuff from the guys in the USA. But some of it translates, some of it doesn't. And then same for what I'm saying here, like analyzing products here. except in the USA this would be 500 rather than 50. So that's the difference. Everything has way higher sales velocities, so it's much easier to find these kind of amazing products. But this one here is looking pretty nice anyway. So £5.18 buy. I think we're on to a winner here. I think we're looking at a lot of thumbs ups. Maybe I should have like a interesting, because these stream things, I'm not like very sophisticated, I suppose. There's definitely, if you look at some gamers and stuff, they have like overlays and things like that. Maybe I should get someone to do me like an overlay where I can like tick like a green thumbs up, or like I'll tick like a red thumbs down, and we can like do the thumbs up, thumbs down as I'm analyzing a product. You know, and then we can basically go from there, and I can talk about, you know, give you, just click those kind of things as I'm sourcing. Could be kind of interesting. I'll look into that actually. So yeah, thumbs up on this, 50 SPM, quite nice. Thumbs up on this one, profit ROI as well, double thumbs up there. Obviously Maybelline's a good brand as well, so thumbs up on that one in terms of not being IP. Price-wise, so 1470 is what we're saying here. One seller as well, actually, so thumbs up on that, which is good. So we don't have to share this 50 SPM with too many sellers. Well, it's 3 sellers, but one FBA, one FBM, and then one guy's up here, too expensive. Price-wise, though, it's a little bit inflated, so we're kind of looking at thumbs down now. And even one thumbs down, by the way, can ruin all the thumbs up. So, you know, this price is a bit inflated because there's not that many sellers. Normally, this lives around, let's just say £12, for example, for the year we're looking at. Even down to like £9. But I think probably somewhere, 11 looks pretty... Is it 11? No, so 12, 11.99 looks pretty normal. So, £12 is kind of like where we're at as our, I guess, not worst case scenario, but kind of the normal price. So still making £1. So you could say, hey, there's not many sellers in here I can jump on, try and get some good sales in, especially with Q4. I'm hoping to sell them for 15, 16 or whatever the price is right now. I can't remember now, 14.70 was it, I think, yeah. But, if it goes down to £12, hey, I'm making £1. It's better than losing money. If it goes down to like 10, then you're probably breaking even, losing. Oh, you're still making money. So, hey, this might be a good example. We were talking about actually fees on some of these smaller items. Sometimes being less than £10 is better because there's like there used to be a program called Small and Light, and it was basically under a certain weight, under a certain size, and it was under £10. I think it was £10. You get cheaper fees. So even if you went to like £10 and a penny, it would be less profit. So let's test that here. So we've got an item here that's £10 and we're saying it's 85p profit. So if we go to 10.01, here we go. Look at that profit, guys. Even charging 1p more, I've gone from what was 85p profit to negative 24. It's a good learning experience for you guys here. What's LP actually? I've not seen this one. Oh, low price fee. Oh, yeah, it's got... Okay, interesting. So, look, guys. You see this LP signal here on Seller Amp. It means low price fee. I have not seen... Well, not noticed this LP before. If you reduce your sell price below the threshold of £10.01. Interesting. So, there you go. It will show up for you. So, even I'm learning something new here, guys. So there's an example where if it ends up tanking in price, to like £11, you're better off actually going to 10 and making 85 profit. So Vipers stuck a graphic in general Discord. Ooh, Vipers, what have you done? Let's have a look. Oh, cool, nice. Okay, for some reason I thought... I always think the worst of people. I'm sorry, Vipers. I thought it was weird because you've been, I was like, why? Vipers is a regular. Yeah, there you go, exactly. So that's a good job. Yeah, exactly. I've known about the £10 one. Do I keep it in mind? Not that often, actually. Maybe missing a trick here or there. Yeah, so there used to be the Small and Light thing. So yeah, it's no, we're all good. Yeah, yeah, Vipers, good job, man. So yeah, good job. Yeah, interesting one. So there you go. So something just to keep in mind. This is where you're getting all the nuances and the complexities of Amazon for these smaller items. And as we can see here, hang on, let me actually grab the graphic. Save image. We'll put, it's not Small and Light anymore, but we'll put it into here. Where are we? Grab the stream here and put it into here. We can see this is the kind of thing that was shared. make it in the middle. And so yeah, I'll have to look over here. So yes, you can see like the small parcels, like £10 or less, weight between 150 and 400 grams. There's a dimension there as well, things like that. So it tells you about kind of what products are eligible. So kind of interesting there. Basically, you can kind of stop the stream and have a look at that. Cool, awesome. So yeah, we're learning. Yeah, it could be a good one actually. Anyway, so this one here, do you know what? I would definitely actually consider buying this one. I think the upside is. Is it still available actually? Let's double check. £4.32. It's 54 units. So hang on, let's add that in. So I'm going to throw that in there. I think this is. Let's just okay. A little thing here, basically, guys. Before we jump in, we need to double check and make sure this is the same product actually. So I'm getting excited here. Always double check the product. So what we're looking here is 30mm and shade 34, which is soft bronze. So 30mm, shade 34, soft bronze. I'm also going to do an EAN check. So if I do EAN search here on this particular site, there's a few sites you can do. It says the same, 34 soft bronze, 30-hour foundation. So yeah, looks like we're in the same product basically. There's also what's the other one? The bot one. I can't remember now. Something bot. I can't remember. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah. So, Brad, you made everyone on DC. Yeah. There we go. So, right, this is the good one, I think. So I'm going to throw it out for you guys. Do you not mind Amazon hugging the buy box? So we're looking at this one in particular, are we? I mean, they're not on this one, are they? So, look, you got to look at everyone is different, I guess. Let me just quickly click on this and get rid of this thing here. It's doing my head in. Yeah. Yeah, Amazon, they tend to share generally. So sometimes you can find listings, but I genuinely don't look at the percentages. I think it's generally I find Amazon do share. I might change my tune in a month or so, but yeah, pretty much don't kind of look at that thing, to be honest. But yeah, it doesn't really affect me too much, really. Don't really look at it too much. Cool. Anyway, for this one here, so let's get the EAN and let's get the ASIN. So if anyone wants to buy this, you can go ahead and buy it. Next question here is this enough to get the minimum order quantity? Probably why no one has ordered it. It's already in the basket. That's why. Find suppliers 233. Come on, here we go. No, 71%. That's probably why no one's bought it yet. So marketplace invoices available. Let me just zoom in so we can see here. So this means you're getting those invoices. So what you can do now, guys, here is go to view supply inventory. And then from here, you can download the catalog and then put that catalog directly into Arbisource. Try and find something here that's maybe break even or profitable as well and go from there. So that's kind of the best way to try and find more products from this supplier. They do have like 658 products. Excuse me, I'm tired, guys. So yeah, there's a good chance you could find something. Cool. Anyways, that's a bit of a shame, but I'll let you guys try and figure that one out. If you're the first person to find more products can get that one. But yeah, we'll move on basically. So looking like some okay deals. Look, is that one going to make you rich? No. What was it actually? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what your profit you're going to make. So if you can get those 54 units, a cool thing you can do in Seller Ramp once it loads up is we'll assume you're going to make £2.95. You put 54 into this. So this is £160 profit. But you know what? Those profits add up. So, I can see my mates full message me. I think I'm going to put it on mute. They know I'm streaming as well, so it's probably something rude. I don't know. But yeah, just look. But this is how you make money, though. These things kind of add up, don't they? So 160 quid here. Before you know it, you've got money. So yeah, I'd be on top of that myself, but I'll leave it for you guys. Cool. Let's try and find some more stuff. Clinique. I love Clinique, guys. Absolutely. I think this is a massively underrated brand as well. So, okay, what we're looking at here. Thumbs up, 200 SP. Apparently, I've looked at this one before. 23.61. What's the buy price here? 23.59. So it's just gone down slightly. Or just leave it. Doesn't matter. Cool. So thumbs up on the 200 SPM. Thumbs up on the profit. Thumbs up on the ROI. I think it's fine for wholesale. Thumbs up on the brand, of course. Now, what's going on here? Is the price inflated? It probably is. That's probably why this is not a deal. Saying that, though, that's the price right now around Christmas. This is a Christmas item, I think, or something that would sell more at Christmas. So looking at the year, we can see this is pretty much inflated. It goes down to as low as sort of £29, as high as where we are now. This is pretty much the highest it's been for the entire year. It is December, though, so last December it did peak around 39. You know, it's not too far off where we are now, to be fair. So, again, it's a bit more of a gamble, this one. I wouldn't go deep on it. What was the SPM 100 again, was it? 200, so, you know, and apparently it goes up to, 1,000 in December. So, actually, the SPM on this one's kind of collapsed a little bit. So, I'm not sure why. It's so, maybe because of the price, I think. But, yeah, in theory, I think this would probably go to 300, maybe 400 by December. I mean, there could be money to be made here. I'm not going to lie. This one's a bit more of a gamble. I'm not going to sugarcoat this one. But you could also get a decent number of units in and sell for Christmas. So we're getting to that point where it's kind of tricky there to order. Depends. So one thing I'm looking at now, by the way, on Qogita is I'm looking at where it's coming from. So this one here is from Italy. Yeah, I mean, Italy, it's a long old way to go. 27th of November. It's cutting it pretty fine to get you're basically hoping. I mean, this thing sells good year round, to be fair. The SPM's fine. It's just the price drops. Yeah, I don't know. There's also a lot available as well. So this one I'd probably skip, I guess. Yeah. If it was UK and if there was like 100 in stock, I'd buy it. 325 is a little bit too much. Everyone jumps on this now. You know, it's a tricky one. I think for this, I'd probably skip. Right, let's move on to, I think it's the same one, isn't it? 942. So, Weller. I probably am missing out on some of these Weller deals, actually. I just don't buy them. I kind of just skip over them. But I really need to get rid of some of my biases, though, because there's obviously things I'm skipping over where I'm missing out on killer deals. Hey, Curly, how's it going? You having a good evening? Thanks for joining us. Cool, we're on 20 streamers so far. That's awesome. So guys, get yourself signed up to Arbisource. Get yourself signed up to Qogita. Links for all those are in the description. And get on their wait list for Qogita price drops as well. Simon, do you do mainly buy health and beauty now? Yes. So you guys know I was big on non-health and beauty, sort of, I guess, first 7 months of the year, I suppose, 6 months of the year. And before that, I did OA newsletter sourcing was my big one. You know, that was where I made most of my money. I was not a fan of health and beauty because it's basically the one thing that all the new people get into and they kill the prices and stuff. But then obviously I discovered Qogita, and ever since then I've been buying on Qogita, and it's been very profitable. So I've basically done a complete U-turn, and been selling health and beauty now. So obviously the timing with Christmas coming up, I'm just super heavy on perfumes, aftershaves. So just to give you an idea, by the way, so I've got now £196,000 in Amazon, which is a lot of money. So a decent chunk of that's going to be perfumes, aftershaves. So, nice. So I'm holding a lot back for December. So I've got one listing where I've just been watching everyone sell lower prices, even though I could still make money. There's not that many sellers left at the price, and I'm just been waiting. Every day I've been keeping an eye on it and seeing... like watching their things going down. So I've lost my train of thought now. Their stock going down, and once they're gone, well, I hope people don't restock. But I know the price is going to go back up because people jumped on listing. This item was selling for a higher price. They jumped on, started selling it for a lower price. The thing sells really good. I know when December comes in, it's going to sell. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to wait. So every day I'm waiting and watching. So, Cody Molton Brown. Molton Brown's a real tricky brand at the moment. I'm not gonna lie. It's a fantastic brand, Molton Brown. I mean, I use it myself actually. Always get happy when I get like some of the bath stuff at Christmas. But right now, and it's obviously sells like freaking hotcakes at Christmas. but there's been some IP claims on it. There's big drops in seller counts, so it's really like, I can't recommend it really right now. And they were just recently as well, so it's a definite gamble on Molton Brown. So some stock in seller, I feel he's been higher, but the returns are high. Okay, so yeah. So why are the returns high on Molton Brown? Is it leaking or something? Is it? I know some people actually who bought Molton Brown. They sent me pictures of their sets all trashed, basically. Oh, you okay? Everyone from you, nice. Leaking, okay, yeah. That I've seen a lot of people complaining about that actually. Really not good actually. So yeah, really poor. Seems like this year the quality on the Molton Brown has been a bit poor actually. Either the packaging's been damaged or it's been leaking. So not ideal. Right. Anyway, so but yeah, obviously that sells insane. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look here then, see if we can find some more deals. Okay, Wonder Skin Wonder. Now, health and beauty obviously is fantastic and stuff, but one thing I struggle with is always some new brand coming along, and you've got to try and figure out, is this private label? Or that's where it gets a bit tricky, or just keeping on top of all the different brands and items. So, I've got a nice sale there for £7.44 a Lego set, €7.44 profit, I should say. Redesigned it. Okay, yeah, so not that great really. With the Molton Brown stuff. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, to be honest. Right, let's have a look at this Wonder Skin anyway. So I guess it could be a good one to try and figure out, like, is it IP? What's going on with this one? Obviously, seller out saying private label. I just don't pay any attention to that. It says that there's one seller. Right, so obviously positives here is the SPM. Like, we can't actually see. So even though the SPM on this might be like 700, when there's no buy box, which is probably because the price is too high, Amazon won't show it. So this is where we rely on Keeper and see that we can say it says 700 per month, or apparently 3,000 per month in September. So very popular. So there's that little nuance. So, but no, it's still selling well, but there is no buy box. That could hurt sales. What's the cost price on this? $14.05. Let me grab a drink quickly. Yeah, not good, mate. Not good on that. On the old Molton Brown. Did you raise a case, Snappy? You should have raised a claim on that stuff. So, cool. Right, anyway. So, thumbs down, no buy box. Thumbs up, 700 SPM. Yeah. How's live been so far? It's literally been amazing, Ben. I'm sure everyone will agree. No, it's been pretty good. We found a couple of good deals. But yeah, so... Boko, I've found Keeper Grass to be wrong, regular, especially with the 50 SPM months items it flags, but Amazon doesn't note it. Okay, yeah, I think there's sometimes is like a 50 SPM glitch with Keeper. Sometimes I'm not sure exactly what the issue is with that one, but yeah. So Snappy seller sorting on the few I had. They probably had quite a few people kind of complain about that. To be honest. Empires, what's the estimated profit in your 190k in Amazon? So resale value apparently is 384. Obviously that needs to factor in fees. It's not as much as you might think actually. So 67,000 profit at 40% ROI. So enough to buy that watch from earlier, I suppose, and have some change. So yeah, I don't know, when you see those big numbers like 196 and then 384. And then you go down to like 67. 67 is obviously pretty sick, but just feels a little bit like meh. I don't know, but obviously that's pretty sick. But yeah, so that's and realistically, it's going to be less than that. Right now, I'm actually running more around the 30% ROI, so I think that 40% is a little bit inflated. So knock off 67 divided by 4 is like 16, something like that. So knock 16k, it's probably around 50k profit, maybe something like that. So. Not too bad. So, yeah. True, yeah. Yeah. It's obviously a ridiculous profit, but I don't know. Having made these, like, huge orders recently and look at these big numbers, it kind of just, like... Yeah, it's hard to... You lose perspective, basically. So, obviously, if I made 67 profit in December, I'd be freaking over the moon. Like, I'd give away like 5 MacBooks in the group, something like that, you know. So, but yeah, just like until it actually, yeah, I don't know. It's all potential profit. It means nothing essentially. It's potential profit, and it is inflated as well. So it won't actually be 67. So maybe that's the plan. So you run out fast and have to buy more faster. Yeah, absolutely. Offer graphs usually tell you what you need to know. Just look at how many people stock. Yeah, exactly. So is that all health and beauty? No, it's got some older stuff there. I don't know what the percentages. I'd probably say maybe 70-80% health and beauty, but I really, I've definitely got some older stuff there that I've had for a little while. Or you're still doing newspapers? What's newspapers? Never sold newspapers. Well, I don't know what you mean by that. So clip that promise, 5 MacBooks. Yeah, I'm gonna make 67k in December, mate. So yeah, it's not gonna happen. I might be living in a cardboard box on the street if my Section 3 happens. So yeah, let's not count our chickens just yet. That's one thing I've learned with Amazon. Don't count your chickens. You think. Yeah, like all those people who sold all those U-Move items. Like there's one guy who sold like 150k's worth of U-Move stuff. He probably made, I don't know how much profit he made on that one. 20 grand maybe, let's say. And then 3 months later, all that gets refunded. So yeah, we'll leave the 67k. So Cody said, had this on a 800 cog box. That's all. From UPS, all merchandise is missing and the empty carton was discarded. UPS will notify the sender. Oh wow, God, not good. So yeah, I don't know what happened there. Did the tape come open and it all just fell out into someone's Santa sack? I don't know. Yeah, that sucks. But if you did the part of the carrier with UPS in Amazon, so you should be okay. You should, in theory, get a refund. Anyway, let's just quickly review this one, and I'll probably find a couple more, and then we'll wrap up the sourcing, and I'll go back to the kind of the Q&A stuff. So I'm trying to figure out, is this private label? It's going to be very tricky. We can see here there's just been one set. Actually, the first thing we're going to be looking at is what the brand is. It's called Wonder Skin Wonder. Is this person selling on this brand? So let's have a look. We can see it's just Amazon right now. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. It's just Amazon. Looking at the history then, we can see this has been like one seller, no seller, one seller. There's been a few people coming in, but then they're coming dropping off. It can be very difficult at times. It's like, is this a drop off here that's happened because everyone got kicked off, or did people just sell out? What happened here? It's very hard to say. We go to the year and we can see pretty much again like one. So this is where it becomes very difficult to try and figure out, is this a private label? From this, it's basically inconclusive. So what do? We go and look at their store or look at some other products by this brand. Actually won't go to the store. What we'll do though, we'll take Wonder Skin Wonder. I'm going to search that in Amazon here, and I'm aware that last time this actually crashed the thing, so I won't open up too many tabs, but you open up a bunch of tabs, ideally of the faster selling ones, and just have a look and see that this one has 1,000 per month. And just we're looking here for any kind of IP issue. So we can see it's a faster seller. Okay, here we go. So this is where we can see, and I'm hoping this isn't crashed. We can close down all the other ones now. We can see here, Wonder Skin Europe is a seller on this brand, which means it is IP, yes, because we found that the seller is selling this particular item. So this will be IP. So yes, and that's how you essentially are determining, or how I determine if things are IP, private label. So you can see there, Wonder Skin Europe being on the brand pretty much guarantees it's going to be IP. So there we go. So that's what I'm doing. So if you can't tell on the listing you're trying to sell on, do some research, look at other listings. See if you're looking for those big seller drops. You're looking for the brand being on the listing, things like that. So apparently seller ramps crashed on this one. So yeah, so there we go. There's the answer on that one. I will make a note of that one and get that one removed from the scans. I'll send that to my younger brother now. Is IP. Cool, right, so we can skip that brand now. Cool. So sell like fire though. Number one category. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good... God, try and get a brand deal with that, guys. Although they sell on Amazon themselves, so good luck with that. But maybe they're sick of dealing with Amazon themselves. And that can be a good way you can get brand deals, by the way, because you know what it's like to sell on Amazon. It's a pain in the butt at times. So if you can get some kind of brand deal where you can say to them, hey, like, we'll do all the dealing with Amazon and stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. We'll sell on your behalf, blah blah blah. You buy obviously decent quantities from them at a certain price. They're always guaranteed a profit. Don't have to deal with Amazon returns and all that kind of stuff like that. It's a good way to kind of get brand deals, really. Not that I've done it myself, but that's the theory behind it anyway. It could be kind of an interesting one. So could be a good one to go after, guys. So if you end up getting a Wonder Skin Wonder brand deal, direct brand deal, make sure you cut me in, please. Cool. So we've got ROC here. So again, no buy box in this one, but we can see 800 confirmed sales and decent profits. Let's have a look at this one then. Could be kind of interesting. So no buy box tends to mean that the price is a little bit inflated maybe, or it's not competitive in the market. We can see here that this price of like £45 is, comparing it to other stores here where it's 26, 27, 28, 35. 36 is not very competitive, and that may be why Amazon has ditched the buy box. It could be that too many sellers have jumped on, although not in this case here. So Amazon's actually killed the buy box in their own listing, which is kind of interesting. So we can see here actually as well the history of this product normally sits around 22, 23, and then it's gone up to 45. So you can see here Amazon's the only one left, and they've whacked the price up so high they've actually given the buy box away for themselves. So kind of fun to see. What's the cost for us here? $19.39. So really, we can see here that it sells well still. You could kind of swoop in here on this one potentially and try and sell some items, but if it ever comes back in stock with Amazon, I guess UK. Rather than Amazon EU, you're basically stuffed. If we look at the year, they're in and out of stock, but it still lives around £23, £22. So that's a bit of a gamble, that one, but I wouldn't recommend it. Have you done a country origin yet? No, I haven't. I really need to do that. Can someone please figure it out and tell me how to do it? Because I need to sit down and do it, but my God, it's doing my head in. So what was Brad saying? People have just built 1 mil turnovers. I was doing exactly what you just suggested. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah, absolutely. So you say companies don't want to have to deal with Amazon. It's a whole nother learning curve they just don't want to deal with. You can guarantee them profits, buy it off them in bulk, very few returns and stuff like that. Whatever you kind of agree. Get your admin VA to do it. I don't think the problem. Yeah, the only problem is you need to teach your admin VA how to do it, and I don't know how to do it myself. So unless it's going through and doing them all manually. What I'm going to do, by the way, first is I'm going to delete all the listings which are out of stock. So get rid of all those first, and then go from there. But there is a sheet you can upload. I've still not figured out how to use it yet. I've got a step-by-step guide, but not 100% sure if it's only listings in your. It should be only. Yeah, if you got a step-by-step guide, can you DM it to me, please? I'll have a look, and maybe I'll make a video out of it or something like that to help people out. So Bokesh saying always worried about selling ROC as they're on some of their ASINs. Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah. So ROC. This is again where it can be a minefield. There's so many brands. Charlie from Qogita asked me, "Is is there a list of? You got like a list of the brands that like IP or whatever?" I'm like, mate, it's freaking endless. No one's got a list. Like, it's insane. There's thousands and thousands of brands. It's impossible to have any kind of list of the safe ones or the safe ones I suppose you could do, but won't be exhaustive, or the IP ones, and obviously it changes. It's a nightmare to keep track of. So we found kind of one item here, that kind of Estee Lauder one. Obviously, I've only been through one page. I've been talking most of the time. So, obviously, if you're more efficient in going through you can find deals pretty quickly. I'd probably say, finding one deal at a time is probably, what you can basically... appreciate that. Thank you, Ben. Do appreciate that one. I'll check that out afterwards. If you can go through, there's normally, one deal a page, maybe. I don't know if that's a good rule, actually. But, no buy box in this one. So... probably going to wrap up the sourcing, but what I'm going to go back to just the talking head, and then not talking head, the full screen camera, and we'll just go ahead and just hang out for a bit if you guys want. Remember, if you enjoyed that and you want to find some amazing deals on Qogita, then you've got the discount code and all that kind of fun stuff in the description. So excuse me. So Dex is asking, Prep sent the question, do you pay monthly sub and do they have a minimum volume? So some of them do, some of them don't. I don't think any of them really have a minimum order quantity or minimum order volume. So maybe some of the bigger ones do. There are ones out there that offer you discounts the more you send in. There are some of them that are just flat fees. Everyone's kind of different, really. Some have monthly fees, some don't. It depends which one you use. Yeah, so yeah, it depends. There's a bunch of them out. There's literally loads of them out there. So yeah, so Ben's saying when we stop shipping things for Christmas, to be honest, you can still, I mean, if it's just a Christmas item, you need to get that in before Christmas, then I probably would cut off, it depends again on how many I'm planning on selling, what's the SPM, how many I'm planning on sending in. If I'm sending like 300 units in, I probably would want those in by now. If it's like 10 units, sure, you can send those in on the 15th, 16th maybe. Hope they get in just in time for Christmas. A bit of a gamble, but yeah, but ideally all the stuff you're buying anyway is going to sell well in January anyway. So for me, the cutoff, there is no kind of real cutoff. Again, it all depends on the quantity you're sending in. Right now, obviously with Qogita, I am buying high volume, so I'm factoring in, making sure that it sells well next year, or I can sell a decent chunk of them. I'm factoring all that in. So for me, it's kind of getting to that cutoff point now. If I'm sending a lot of units in, obviously it depends where it's coming from. If there's like a UK supplier on Qogita, I'd probably order it because it could be here in a few days. If it's from Italy, and again, it all depends on the number I'm buying. The biggest problem I've got now is my Amex is just, there's pretty much, I need to stop spending now, really. I've gambled too much with Amazon. If I get section 3, then I'm literally fucked. So literally proper fucked. I've got, say, nearly 200 grand in Amazon. I've got a big Amex bill coming up. I think my Amex bill now is, let's have a look. What's my Amex bill? I did just pay off 8 grand today, actually, because I've been buying more stuff. So it was really high, then I got it back down. That's gone back up again. 68,000 or just shy of 69,000 on the Amex. So yeah, that's going to need paying. Yeah, not ideal, really. So yeah, for me, I'm kind of that means I need a big December in sales. So Empire, do you normally filter by estimated sales? I do, yeah. No, not estimated. It's just monthly sales, I think it's called, rather than estimated sales. What was it? Just yeah, monthly sales is what I do. Yeah. So, but you can try multiple different ones, but that's what I tend to order by. I'm looking, wholesale's different to OA. I mean, I'm looking for real fast selling items. I'm buying 2, 3, 4, 500 units. I want fast selling items. So I'm looking for those fast items. And that's why I'm sourcing by, monthly sales. Excuse me, guys. Dex saying these sessions have helped. I'm glad you find them useful. So I'm trying to articulate everything I think. So hopefully, yeah, you guys can learn from my experience. Passing. Oh, cool. I appreciate that. That's really good, mate. Yeah, got you some confidence. Awesome. Yeah, literally, it's not rocket science. It is a little bit boring at times. I pretty much can do it for like an hour at most, really, at a time. I kind of like get bored. Yeah. But actually with Qogita, it's quite nice actually because you find a good deal. Like this other day, I spent 15 grand. I was done after like 10 minutes. So I was like, yeah, that's it for the day, basically. Cool. So MTT, how do you set sensible shipping fees into Germany? I use EFN, so I don't really set the fees. I don't do FBM into Germany. I do EFN. So it's, I guess if you're talking about how do you do the pricing, just kind of like put it into Seller Amp and make sure you're making profit. Just charge more than UK. I'm thinking of going to be done by 10th, and then New Year going all private label and then Nikos mentoring. Cool, nice, okay, awesome. Even Nikos doesn't do just private label, he does RA still. He can't help himself. He goes in, sees a deal. Don't know if he does. I think he still does a bit of OA actually as well. So, but yeah, private label, good way to go. Yeah, it could be, again, it all depends. I think actually focus is a good thing, to be fair. But obviously it's going to take a little while to get private label going. Although apparently you're already off, doing well anyway. So yeah, do what I say. Do where you're successful. If you're finding success in private label, stick to that. Absolutely, I think it could be good. Big bonfire, that 200k perfect. Oh, exactly. Yeah. So could you imagine, mate? That is a Lamborghini they could end up burning. So. Yeah. Do you keep much cash for safety? No. No. I've got no cash. I'm so broke right now. I actually cashed in a lot of my Vanguard shares because I was like, you know what? You know, I was like, I can make more money at Christmas with these. So I actually taken a big gamble. I'm not going to lie. I could be proper fucked. So I've taken a big gamble to try and have a huge December. I hope it pays off. I don't know what a huge December is. You know, hopefully 20k. And even 20k. I mean, 20k is obviously a lot of money, but for what I've risked, I'm trying to think if that's worth it or not. But yeah, hopefully it's more. We'll see. I've got some really good items. Hopefully they're going to sell. Like I said, I've been holding on. I'm like, the horse wants to race. I'm like holding the reins back because if I sell too many items, I put the price up because I don't want to. I'm trying to throttle it right now. I'm waiting for those December prices. And so a few items, I've been holding them back because I can see once these guys sell out for an X price, the price is going to go up, and I'm going to be able to get and still sell the crazy volumes at those higher prices. So definitely people making big mistakes selling like now and too cheap. You know, we're not even in December yet. I know we're getting close, but we're not even December. So don't panic. Auto Antics, do you recommend selling Lego? Yeah, Lego is a massive brand. One of the most popular toy brands. Yeah, it's a fantastic one. I mean, look, toys is another good thing to do at Christmas. I've just focused purely on health and beauty and basically perfumes, aftershaves, gift sets. I would love to have done toys as well, but one, I don't have the knowledge on them necessarily. I'm not sourcing toys, and I don't have enough money for them because I spent all my money on perfumes, aftershaves. But yeah, that can be a very good and obviously very profitable category. So Dex saying, I bought an item and took all the stock on it, restocked another 160 next day. Thoughts on the approach? Buy the 160, don't pay, and then maybe give it 24 hours or an hour, whatever time frame you want, see if it restocks, and then you can make a decision from there, either buy those 160 again, or just let the order lapse is the way to do that, really. So again, depends. If it's a really good item, I obviously hope it restocks and I can buy it again. If it's like, it's going to keep restocking, maybe I'll just let it lapse. I don't know. Depends how much it's selling. If it's selling 2,000 a month, then I don't really care about 160. If it sells 50 a month, then maybe 160, it's not terrible. If it restocks twice, restocks 3 times, then maybe that's a bit iffy. MTT, how do I do EFN into Germany? I've got a whole video on that, how to do EFN, or kind of how to do, talking about EFN, not actually how to do it. You just need to turn it on in your Seller Central. Where is it? Have a look in your Seller Central settings and stuff, like fulfillment by Amazon. It's around there. You can turn EFN on for all those different countries. I can't remember exactly how I did it. It's very difficult for me to do Seller Central kind of tutorials because I don't want to give away my store. I know some of you guys know it already, which is fine. But I don't want to like publicize it there if I can avoid it. And if I kind of do those things, I have to blur out all the items and blur out all the things on there, so it'd be an absolute nightmare, really. It's a shame you can't create like a second account. I mean, Amazon are super strict on these accounts. I just made £5.41 on like multiple accounts, so you can't just create a second account just for that kind of thing, which sucks. Ben saying, yeah, got one product smashing it, so I think I can get another 1, 2, 6, flying. No, exactly, yeah. So what kind of product is it? A bundle? Is it a unique bundle? Is it just one single item? What kind of item is it, Ben? You have to tell us the category and stuff like that, but is it a bundle or is it just a single item? Taking out a Vanguard, your mental. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just add some money in there, and I was like, you know what? I'd rather make 30% ROI at Christmas, and then take it out and put it back into Vanguard. I will be pulling a lot of money out of Amazon, I think. After Christmas, I'll probably keep 100 in there maybe for stock and stuff, and just be happy with what I can make from 100k. I think is pretty much where I'm going to be, and my risk tolerance on Amazon is waning a little bit, and I think I've just gone past it a little bit. So I'm going to scale back a little bit, and then, hey, if things go well at Christmas, just go nuts again. So Luso saying, what are Jan returns like for toys, health and beauty, electricals? Yeah, I mean, they're going to go up. So I think anyone who buys on Amazon from the 1st of November, I think it is, basically can return all the way to the 31st of January. So you've got longer returns. You're going to get people, obviously sales volumes are higher. So percentage wise, probably about the same as normal. But obviously with you selling more items, you're going to get more returns. Yeah, I mean, kids break toys or people don't like the smell of aftershaves and they can send them back. So electricals are always high returns anyway. People get a beard trimmer. They don't like the beard trimmer, but they send it back with all their hairs in it. You have to throw it in the bin. So this is where you learn about what categories are good and what categories are bad to sell. So auto antics, do I pay myself a salary every month? No, I don't. So basically just like, how do I live? I don't know, just basically, well, technically I guess I do, because I basically, if I've got an Amex bill or a personal one or whatever, I just basically if I need money, I'll take out the business and do that. Not the correct way to do it, I suppose. Director's loans in and out constantly. And then, but I've got other income coming in, guys. Obviously, I've got the group that I do, and this is all free, by the way, and all the money that I make is from affiliates. That's now gotten to that kind of nice level where it's enough that I can live off, I'm being honest. So, it's not crazy. It's, I think Profit Sweep helps a lot. What do I make from all my affiliates now? Probably 2,000 to 3,000 a month, I'd say, before taxes. So apart from buying silly watches and stuff like that and things like that, I'm pretty frugal. So it's more than enough for me to live off, really. So my biggest expense is probably food. I do buy good quality food. I eat maybe a bit too much food, to be honest. But yeah, so that kind of helps me. So I've got that kind of side income coming in. So yeah, just to make you aware of that. So try and be honest about everything, basically. So and yeah, it's taken a long old slog to get to that level where I make sort of 2,000 to 3,000 a month. It's probably closer to 2 now I think about it, and that's before taxes. So yeah, it's good. I'm not complaining. It's very nice. But it's not like I'm buying a Lambo with that. So Luso, returnable Windows 31st Jan. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and every listing. So I swear there was a study that ages ago I saw that basically said that the longer a term window is, the less returns you actually get, because people kind of like forget and they get complacent with it. So I'm not sure if that's true or not. Just about, I doubt it'd be harder than normal on health and beauty. It can't come back once it's opened a lot of time. You'd be surprised if they complain about it, they can return. I've got an Armani aftershave someone returned last year. It was opened. They'd used like a couple of sprays. I just kept it for myself at the end. It's quite nice. So, but yeah, if they complain enough, they can get a return. Luso, demo account with the parents' names. In theory, I suppose I could do. It gets very tricky. Then you need to have different IPs, different computers. You don't want to dare mix them across. Just not worth the risk. Because you can see how much I've got in Amazon. Very dangerous. So I'd have to be extremely firewalled on that one, basically, like making sure there's no crossover whatsoever if I do that kind of thing. They're just very strict on multiple accounts. So yeah. Ben Jones, like 2 products, but it's like a product that would normally come together anyway. Okay, cool. All right. That's cool. So, Ben, how long did it take you to find a product for private label? Because that's obviously the bit that I struggle with. Just like, I guess new people come in and say, hey, I don't know how to do OA. I can't find stuff to sell. I always struggled to find items when I did the very brief private label research. I didn't put that much effort into it there. I'll be honest. Empire, you worried about computer price drops being oversaturated for all the servers? Get monitored in it for as well. Well, yeah. I mean, so what happened is my brother basically, as soon as I said, hey, you know what, it's in Profit Sweep now, it's in Live Cops, he kind of paused the memberships because thinking that they're all going to come out with monitors. So far, they've not done it. So there's that. And then at the same time, no offense, Spence, by the way, who owns Profit Sweep, and that's a great group, by the way, link for that in the description, I believe. Like amazing what he's done. He's learned how to code. Obviously he knows he's very good at very hacky, and he's done a great job. But my brother's got like 10 years experience as a senior developer, so the levels are a little bit different, really. So in terms of the coding quality and things like that, Qogita price drops is going to be like literally light years ahead in terms of the quality of the code and stuff like that, and things, just scale up and stuff. So there's that kind of level, I suppose. So yeah, my young brother, 10 years experience, maybe 9 years as a software engineer. So yeah, he's very experienced. So that code is shit hot, basically. So not too worried. He's working on some other projects now as well. So yeah. So yeah, I'm not too worried. Brad dividends. What's dividends? What's that for? Sorry. So I lose track of the conversation sometime. Ben saying, might have another affiliate thing you might be able to promote. Oh, send it over, mate. Absolutely, yeah. If there's any other ones that can be good, I have to check it out and stuff like that, see if it's good. I just hope it's not Helium 10 because I hate those guys. I hope the internet's still working okay. You guys still there? Apparently the stream cut out, maybe. Are we still online? Let me know if you guys can still hear me. I'll carry on for now. But yeah, it seemed like my thing cut out. It's out of context now, yeah. Oh, with it, yeah. So, anyone know if Manic Panic brand is okay? I've sold it in the past and all got returned to me. I think it was over like product safety stuff rather than like IP, but I can't remember. It's that hair dye, isn't it? I've got a shitload of it sat in a box actually. It needs to sell it at some point. Yeah, so I've got 28 concurrent views. That's awesome. So people more interested in me talking than sourcing. Yeah, so I'm not sure about that brand right now, but yeah, in the past I had it. So yeah, I think it glitched. It's okay now, hopefully. So I do have all sorts of warnings here. I'm transmitting like 4K and it's saying, hey, you can't do 4K, it needs to be like 1080. If you want to have like the where I talk and we can like, I guess the chat where it's almost like real time, apparently the quality of the video has to go down. So apparently that's the way it works. And if you want it, so there is a little bit of a delay, but if you want it like instant, apparently, where we can, I literally, as I'm talking, I can see your conversation. Apparently the quality needs to go down even further. So I'll need to look into that at some point. But yeah, it's probably my internet. I don't know. Cool. Any other questions, guys, or things like that? It was an okay sourcing session, not the best. But you can see I'm going pretty slow while I'm explaining everything. Answering questions and stuff. So if you power through, with sourcing, it's all about saying no as quickly as possible. Most products are a no, so the quicker you can get through the no's, the quicker you can find the yeses, is the way I kind of describe it. Any questions in the group? Beginners chat here. Nothing really relevant anyway. Cool guys. So if you guys got any more questions, let me know. Basically, let's have a look. So what was my profit before? I can't remember. So how much have I made during the stream on Amazon? I say sales are still a little bit. I mean, it's still good, obviously, but a little bit slower. So I didn't put my day's profit actually. So the day, by the way, I'm on £279. So 32% ROI. It's okay. It's not too bad. Yeah. So damn, just realised I'm missing the Liverpool game. Well, yeah. You should be here watching me, mate. It's more important than Liverpool. Are you looking to do much OA Friday? No, mate. I don't really do OA anymore now. I'm not going to lie. I'm moving more into the wholesale kind of area for multiple different reasons. It's kind of easier, I guess, with Qogita. I like ordering those big quantities and not having to worry about cancelling. Well, there's some things sometimes cancel when they've not got no stock. But less invoices, things like that. So I've kind of seen myself transitioning more into the wholesale thing. I'll still teach you guys how to do OA, no problem. But yeah, and say at some point maybe I'll do private label, and that way I'll be a very well-rounded seller, and I could teach you guys every single aspect about selling on Amazon. But yeah, we'll have to see basically. But yeah, wholesale is kind of where I'm going right now. I go where the money is, and I think being adaptable is very important on Amazon. So, in the past, I was massive on sneakers, guys. It was, I've mentioned it before. No, everyone said don't sell sneakers, don't, too many high returns, all this kind of like doom and gloom with it. I found a really good deal, making £30-40 profit per pair. I was like, I don't care about higher returns, and sure, the returns are higher. But yeah, I was like, well, everyone's avoiding this, so I'm gonna go into it, and I milked that as much as I could, really. Yeah, so. Now I'm moving into other things, so I kind of go where the money is. Really, I was really sad when that replen ended, because that was a real money printer. That really was. So it was so nice. Oh man, yeah, I was so sad when that ended. But anyway, nothing ever lasts on Amazon. That's the problem. Yeah, nothing ever lasts. If something's really profitable, it will come to an end via everyone jumping onto it, maybe, or maybe the deal will come to an end. I don't know, but. Seems like nothing ever lasts, really. So Ben's saying, when did I start and how much did I start with? I really need to look this up so I can give you guys an accurate figure, but I'm fairly sure I start with £30,000. and which was I just saved. And my first sale was 6th of July 2022. So I've been going now, 2.5 years, something like that, around that kind of period. I'll give you the numbers here. Lifetime numbers. I actually think this is a bit less than I thought, really, but I guess it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of scales over time. 163,000 profit, 915,000 in sales, 40% ROI. So the numbers are pretty consistent. It's just a matter of scale, really, with Amazon, I think. So just keep scaling up, and that comes with just having more money. So yeah, you can kind of see how that's going. But when I look at 163, I think obviously that's a nice amount of money, but I don't know. I feel like it should be more, because obviously that's an SDK number, by the way. So that is, realistically, you're gonna have to take off. I don't know what it is total, but a decent 50k off that. So let's be realistic, 63k off for expenses, VAs, returns, blah blah blah, whatever. Say I made 100k in 2.5 years. So I don't know, but at the same time, it is scaling. So that's the thing. So it's not like a linear thing. It is scaling up and up and up and up and up. So Amazon is like, it starts off slow and then does scale up and up. So depending on how much work you put in and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, 63k in costs might be a bit OTT, but just kind of, I don't know. Yeah. So maybe it doesn't seem so great, really. I don't know. But I've got lower MX points though. Cool. So too late to watch Liverpool game now anyways. Yeah. So exactly. Yeah, it's rubbish. You don't watch football. So MTT, what do you do to waste your time given your business automated? I wish it was automated. My God, I am so bad at automating and coming up with systems. My biggest weakness, I suppose, is systematizing things. It's something I really need to work on. I've gotten better with my VAs and stuff, but it's still not perfect yet, or even close to perfect. So what do I spend my day doing? Answering questions on Discord. What do I do these days, actually? I've actually been pretty lazy, I guess, recently. I don't know. I feel like I just hang around on Discord a lot, or I don't know. So what happened, basically, like 3 months ago, I was like working 14-hour days. I was like pushing myself to the limit. Obviously realized that was unsustainable. And then I was like, right, I need to get some balance back. Unfortunately, I've now gone the other way, where maybe I'm not quite working enough and I need to put more effort into actually doing work. So I've gone kind of like from a hardcore 14-hour days to maybe 3 hours a day or something like that, maybe. What do I do with my day? I actually don't know. God. Yeah, it just seems to fly, though. I'm doing videos or whatever, really. I don't know. Yeah. It's a good one, actually. I'm not sure. Been doing, actually, to be fair, this kind of month I've been doing a lot of like repricing, analyzing prices on FBA. Been pretty on the FBA because obviously got a lot of stock in Amazon and I need to get things sold. So I've been looking at a lot of stuff, trying to optimize and things like that, making sure I can sell through in December and things, and adjusting prices or holding back on some stuff. So I've been focusing a lot on FBA, actually. Obviously, with it being like the biggest month coming up. So, but yeah, definitely been lazy though, I think, a little bit. So you're going to relocate to the UK to another country anytime soon for better tax and lifestyle? Yes, I'm going to Dubai in January. I'm going to see what it's like. It apparently is really nice out there. Obviously, every place you move has its pros and cons. But it seems like out there the lifestyle is really nice. A lot of motivated and successful people you can hang out with. Obviously, no taxes is quite nice as well. Kind of sucks to be away from home, but it's only an 8-hour flight, I suppose, to come back to Dubai. From Dubai to UK, so not too bad. But at the same time, you can only, if you come like a tax resident of Dubai, you can only spend like a certain amount of days in the UK before you kind of trigger that tax residency in the UK. So, given that I've got ties here with property, I think actually for the first year or two, I'd only be able to come back for 45 days maximum in the UK. That's total over a year. I think after a little while, the way it works is kind of interesting. But I think after a year or two, I'd be able to do 90 days. But I think you only need to spend 90 days in Dubai, so you could go to Dubai to 90 days. Once you've done those 90 days there, as a minimum, you can then maybe go off to Australia for 3 months or whatever. But then you kind of like end up just living in 4 different countries every year, I guess, because most of these like tourist visas are 90 days maximum. But something I'm thinking about doing is maybe moving and making my life out in Dubai. I'm not sure yet, so I do kind of feel like I need a change, a bit of a mix up, really. So, yeah, that's something I'm considering. We'll see. So it's very few options. I mean, literally, my dream place to go is Australia. I'd love to move to Australia, but pretty much the only way that's ever going to happen is, well, if I marry someone in Australia, and even then they're really strict on that. If I somehow get a job out there, I don't want to get another job. Or if I can maybe set up a business or buy my way into Australia. So that is kind of where my dream location is, but it's really hard to get into it. So yeah. But yeah, I do kind of want to move out of the UK, I think. I enjoy the UK in the summer, not so much in the winter. Just Brad, run towards the problem everyone else is running away from. That's actually not a bad philosophy. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, with a sneaker one, really obviously found a deal, and then interesting because actually there's one if I outsource Central, and the guy said to me, yeah, we train them in everything except sneakers. I was like, that's good, rubbing my hands, although it was a bit late by then, but I was like, oh, it's interesting that they deliberately say to their VAs, don't source sneakers. So yeah, going for those kind of items which people don't want to sell could be a good one. So oversize or apparel, sneakers, whatever. Everyone's going to jump on sneakers now, aren't they? So started before me slightly, but we started with doing different capital. Sure, yeah, I was very lucky. I saved it from my job, quit my job. That was what I had, and then had to do something and fell into Amazon. We'll see if it's successful or not. Because I've reinvested everything basically into Amazon. So not really paid myself out yet. So if I get section 3 then banned, all my stock gets burned, we're back to square one. So in fact, probably less than square one actually. Longest you've had units in stock for and what to do. I had stock in there for over a year, and eventually I was just like, I've got to sell it now. Some products you just basically you got to cut your losses. You can't be right on everything, no matter all the research you do, you can't be right on everything. Sometimes you just mess up. My worst mistake with Amazon FBA was I bought some, and it was very early on into Amazon, I bought some shower head holders, the things you put on the rail to hold the shower head. Bought some of those. The price just tanked. I didn't know about looking at the research and the history and stuff like that. They went down to like a negative £6 profit per unit. I was like, well, I may as well get my money back. And then they were still coming back, and they turned out they were the wrong item. Amazon refunded me. So even when I was selling them at a £6 loss, a lot of them were coming back as returns. So I was literally losing like £10 a pop. So I was like, I just took them down the tip at the end of the day and lost like 800 quid. So yeah, that was sucked. That was my worst mistake. But yeah, I tend to have stock in there. It depends it's very hard to see like what is a unit costing you on a per monthly basis and stuff. It'd be nice if STK showed that to you, but it doesn't as far as I'm aware. So that might influence my decision slightly. But I tend to kind of look at my monthly storage and go, hey, this is getting £500-600 or whatever. It's a bit high. Maybe I'll start selling some of the older stuff, and going through it. But it's a real pain in the ass going through all your old inventory and analysing it all. So definitely a good reason to have maybe less SKUs, but I don't know. Yeah, it can be a pain. So Ben saying, what job did I do before? I was a software engineer. So I did that for 5-6 years. Can't remember exactly. So Tosef, do you sell in all European marketplaces? Pretty much Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Sweden, Poland, I think. And not Belgium. I think I've just didn't add a card in. To be honest, Germany's the big one, probably followed by France. Spain, then Italy a little bit. Sweden, I think I did like a couple of sales, less than 5 or 10. So, but I was, on those items I sold there, I was able to pretty much get as many as I wanted at the time. So I was like, well, at that point where you can basically get unlimited quantities, you may as well try and sell into every single region as possible and get the maximized sales. So that's why I did that. If you can only get limited quantities, then you're better off just selling in the UK or where you can make the most profit and just getting the max profit out of those units. It's a different philosophy, depends on how many units you can get. So as long as you turn the interview, yeah, exactly. I'll double check that time next time. Even then, I hope it's not like a grilling one where they grill me for like 30-40 minutes. That'd be awful. How much percentage of EU sales? It used to be a really decent percentage, like 40%, but now it's nothing really. So this month, for example, let's have a look. Let's go month to date and have a look. So this month, 9,231. So it's my total, and 8,600 of that is UK. So most of it UK now. So, but it used to be about 40% EU. Doesn't skew economics provide the info? I don't know. Does it? What's skew economics? Is that a software? Is it? Cool. Yeah. I have to look into that. Skew economics. Okay. I'll have to make a note. Yeah. So. How much does Germany Lucid cost? So far, I've not actually had to pay anything yet. I think they charge you at the end. I'll be honest, I'm not exactly sure exactly how it works. I managed to get a Lucid number, though. I don't think it's going to cost me much because everything I was importing into there was cardboard. So that's like the cheapest one. But Skew Economics on the Amazon listing. I'm not sure what you mean, mate. Is that a bit of software? Or are you talking about on Seller Ramp? Or it's just nice to be able to just kind of see what I'm actually paying, I guess, from the data from Amazon. If SDK could show you that stuff. Okay, in Seller Central. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, interesting. So yeah, to be honest, I don't use Seller Central that much for actually data. I rely on all these software tools to show me, but no software tool actually kind of really. But yeah, that's a good. I might actually now look more into Amazon Seller Central itself, actually. Obviously, I use it for inventory, looking at returns, reimbursements, cases, stuff like that. But I don't actually go into the actual economic stuff of the SKUs. So that's an interesting one. I actually have to look into that. So maybe I've been missing a trick there on that one. So add your cost price, yeah. So yeah, I might have to look into that, mate, and go and see what's going on there. So maybe I'm missing a trick on that one. Tends to be that Amazon Seller Central is not that great. So that's why all these people have built all these tools like Seller Toolkit or Seller Ramp or Profitability Pro or Seller Board or whatever, really. But they all have their limitations on what they kind of show you. But yeah, it'd be nice if someone built a software that showed you those kind of costs beyond what they show on SDK. So yeah, definitely got some leaks there. I'm not going to lie. Definitely got some leaks on storage costs. What's my storage cost for the month actually right now? So long-term storage is £87 or £86. Storage is normal storage is £426 and 92p. Apparently, I've got some storage in Europe, which I'm not sure how that's working. But yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah, interesting. Anyway, so a lot. To be honest, considering how much money I've got on Amazon, it's actually not that bad, really, when you think about it. Yeah. So yeah. So let's have a look. Any service to sell your items on eBay? I have a load of returns and stranded. Yes, there is a service by Jacob. I can't tell you the name of it yet or anything like that because it's still in the beta phase, but there is a guy who has created an entire service around this. So he'll take your returns, he will try and return them back to Amazon, as in sell them as used, or he will eBay them or try and recover your money basically. So I still need to send my stuff in. I've got a freaking box in the hallway. I just need to send them to him. I don't know if Jacob's still there listening, but yeah, it's going to be an absolute. I need to really sit down and send those bloody boxes. Doing my head in actually. They've been sat in my hallway for 4 months now. You can't join it, mate. It's just I think it's closed right now. I'll speak to Jacob and see, but because he's going on holiday for a bit, I think, which probably maybe put a spanner in the works. But hopefully when he comes back, he'll be on the ball with that one. But yeah, really a much needed service, to be fair. Yeah, Lucy, I'll definitely check that out. Empire, how many Amex points are you racked up doing Amazon? So in total, good question. Right now I've got 520,000 in Amex, approximately 522, I think it is. I cashed out 180,000 into Emirates. No, not Emirates. Qantas, sorry, because Qantas you can book Emirates. It's a partner airline. So whatever 520 plus 180 is, that's 700,000. And then I cashed in 160,000 to get a BA first class flight to Dubai. So it was 860 now, and then I think I spent another 60 on a BA flight to Mallorca. So about 920,000 ish is what I've earned total. So decent amount. So yeah, it's good. It's nice. Enough for a lot of first class flights. Yeah, first class flights. What I spend. That's where you get the best value. So I think it's 160,000. Let me look on my emails quickly. Can get you a first class flight to Dubai via BA. 180,000 can get you a first class flight via Qantas to Dubai. This is return, by the way, but using the partner airline. So there'll be some with Emirates. So you can essentially get Emirates for 180,000 points. First class ticket return, pretty nice. Emirates is one of the best as well. So yeah, pretty good really. Hey, I've got a match on the speed dating. That's awesome. It's got and a message. There we go. So right, let me have a look here. If I search British Airways, I had to pay money as well. Basically, you just paid like the ticket cost, and then essentially the upgrade is almost the points, I think. So if I look at my e-receipt here, so BA first class to Dubai and back cost me. Where is the receipt? At the bottom here. £710. And in terms of points, it cost me 148,000 points. There you go. So and I think it's 1-to-1, one Amex point to one Avios point for BA. So yeah, exactly. 26 watching, guys. Yeah, hit the likes, guys. 24 watching now. So yeah, that was it basically. So yeah, the Dubai flight was 700 and was it £10? Was it something like that? 700 and yeah, £10. 709.79. Yeah, 710. And then 148,000 Amex points gives you a first class BA flight to Dubai and back. BA is not the best first class, but it's still first class, I guess. So yeah, that's not too bad. I think it's a Boeing actually, which is not the best, but there you go. So 50-50 on whether I'll make it back or not. But yeah, so I think it's mostly over land though, so it's okay, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, so if there are any problems, hopefully they can land. Not a fan of Boeing. I'm more of an Airbus man myself. A380 is where it's at, and I think that's with Emirates as well. They use A380s. That is the best plane. If you can get a first class ticket on an A380, that's baller basically. Empire might save up some Amex points to match your first class. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, so absolutely, yes, that's the best value. I'm not figured out like the I guess what percentage you're getting, but it must be like 3, 4, 5% cash back if you're like, because a first class flight to, I mean, you guys can probably search it. What is a first class flight to Dubai and back with British Airways? If someone wants to look it up from like London Heathrow, whatever it is. Where am I flying from? Some London one, I can't remember. Yeah, it's what, $5,000 maybe. So I'm guessing. So I've had like 4,200 maybe. In like. That's what I got for my 148,000 points. So someone can do the math on this stuff. I can't really think it out, but yeah, if you do the math on that one, how would you figure that out? So 4,200. Is it 4,200 divided by 148? Does it come to like 0.028? So is that 0. So essentially we'll round up to 3. So you're getting 3 pence per point at that point, I think. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah, 3 pence per point. So you're getting 3%, or just shy 2.8. We're at 3. 3% basically on your points. So it's not too bad. It's all right, isn't it? So considering you're buying stuff anyway, it's pretty good. So setting the bar there, though. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if ever comes to a halt and you stop doing Amazon, you can't spend ridiculous amounts, then you're back to normal flights. You're going to be it's almost like better not to be in first class, have a taste of it, because then when you miss it, you miss it forever. Whereas if you've never had the taste, then you just don't know what you're missing. So dangerous taking those Boeing planes, absolutely. So yeah, Airbus is where it's at really. So definitely an A380 is literally the best. I flew A380 to Australia, Singapore. That was a beautiful plane. Yeah, so much room, really comfortable seats, even in cattle class. It was good. So but no more cattle class for me now. I'm a first class boy. But no, I wouldn't spend 5,500. Well, I said no. It's a lot of money, isn't it? It's a lot of money for a flight. So, and to be honest, a lot of it's going to be wasted on me. I've seen like videos of people who go in and do like, they review like the first class Emirates, first class BAs, whatever. Basically the same flight. Food looks amazing. Not going to lie with BA. But they go like, as soon as you walk in, they're like, oh, do you want a glass of champagne, like a Dom Perignon or whatever? I'm like, no, I'll take like a Coke, thanks. I don't really drink, so that's wasted on me. There's all like whiskies and wines and stuff you can have. Yeah, I don't like any of that kind of stuff. So pretty much going to be like Sprite Zero and Diet Coke pretty much the whole way. So that's kind of wasted on me a little bit. One thing I'm looking forward to trying, I don't think BA do it, but Emirates do, is some caviar. I've never had caviar before. If I ever book an Emirates flight. But yeah, the food looks pretty good on the BA flight. But I'm also flying at night, so I might just get in and just go to sleep basically, and then wake up in Dubai. So my brother was saying it's a bit of a waste, but I was like, well, we get to have a restful sleep, I suppose, and wake up refreshed when I get there. So yeah, another sale there, quite nice, £2.64 profit. I've got 134 of these units in Amazon, so not too bad. Can you not cash out your points for cash or vouchers? It's a terrible rate. It's like zero. It's not even 1%. It's like 0.6, 0.6 of a percent, 0.6% basically. So it's like the worst way to cash out is doing that basically. Empire, yeah, it's the worst way. So essentially, you take your 148,000 points and then cash it into like what's 148,000 times by 0.006, I think. You get £888. So you're looking there, if you do it to cash or paid off your balance or vouchers. So you got 888 versus pretty much 4,200, I think is what I said. Yeah, so it's a big difference. It's a big old difference if I've done the math correct on there. So by those calculations there, it's about 3%, so 2.83%, which is not too bad. I thought it might be higher actually. I thought it was like more towards 3 and 5, but I'm still happy with that. So yeah, what else are you going to spend them on? I guess there's loads of rewards you can do on there on Amex, but for me, yeah, I think it's all about the first class flights. Traveling in style would be pretty sick. So, and I've got a decent number saved up as well. It's just a pain in the ass to find reward flights. I was trying to find some to Australia. I cannot find them. Like I cannot find a direct flight to Australia. Not direct, or even like I cannot find a flight, a reward flight that's in business class. I can get like an economy one, but I can't get a business or even first class. So it kind of sucks. Would be a good vlog, the trip to Dubai, this kind of videos, catch people's eye. So I will do it, but I'm not going to post it publicly. It'll be for the Discord group only, for people who want to see it, because you obviously want to see it, but I'm not into like that flexing stuff on social media. Yes, I'm probably cutting myself out from new people coming in, things like that, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to post it anyway. So I did the same with my Airbnb in Mallorca. I did like a whole tour on it. I filmed it, and I was like, I'll just keep this for myself. So yeah, I did a few of those videos in the pool, didn't I, and stuff like that. But yeah, the tour video I decided to keep for myself. I hate all that flex stuff. Yeah. So yeah, not really flexing and all that kind of stuff. Not really my style, really. So yeah, I'll let all the 18-year-old kids who make $100,000 a week do it. And, they're the ones that can flex. So wow, my white balance has gone mad. You noticed that? I don't know what's going on there. So really crazy. I don't know what's happened there with my camera. Plans for Amazon 2025, expand target revenue. Move into wholesale, I think, but also scale back, actually. Like I said, I've got too much money in Amazon right now with all the things that are going on. I want to just maybe limit my risk a little bit, pull some money out of Amazon, maybe just stick to 100K around that kind of area, and then just be happy with what I can make from 100K. Try and see if I can get to sort of 10,000 a month off 100K, be quite nice. Doing wholesale might be quite tricky, and just kind of do that really. Learn wholesale a bit more, do proper wholesale. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm gonna have a big Amex bill. I'm gonna have end of year taxes, things like that to pay. So we'll see where we end up really. But that's kind of my goals, I guess, for 2025. But I'm really more into the scaling the social media side of things. So I don't know if you guys saw my latest short video. I'm now putting out like dedicated short videos with like high production value. So my editor's spending like 3 hours or whatever doing editing on these like short 1 minute, 2 minute videos. So you guys can check that out. I think I'll link you it. So let me know what you think about it. If I get it up for you here, YouTube Studio. Let's have a look. Content. Well, let me know what you guys think of these then, basically. So yeah, they're gonna like what I'm doing is like asking and answering a question essentially. So I'll put the that video there if you guys want to check it out. Let me know what you think. Obviously stay here, don't but you can listen, you can go and listen to it quickly, but yeah, it's about I ask a question and answer a question. I'm going to try and pump those out a bit more. Meredith is going to spend time on those, and yeah, in fact, everyone go and watch it. We'll sit quietly while you watch it. I'm joking. You can watch it later though. But yeah, let me know what you think. So kind of a new concept I'm doing basically. So every kind of question I see, maybe someone asks, I'll basically make a video on it and build up a nice little catalog of videos that are, say, high production value, I guess. Lots of like graphics and they've got the background music and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, and hopefully they'll improve over time as well. So apparently I've got a refund from Qogita for $1,300. Oh, okay. So yeah, apparently something got cancelled. Let's have a look here. Okay, I ordered 264 units of something and they shipped 228 and refunded the rest. So not too bad. It's fine. So that's not too bad. So I still got a decent number. Cool. Yeah. So Tosef, do you include prep fees when sourcing? Is it considering operating costs? So I keep it in mind. It's in my head when I'm sourcing. I don't have it like built into SellerAmp, but I keep it in mind. So if I'm looking at something that's like £1.50 profit, I'm like, well, I've got to spend like 50, 60p, whatever, on prep fees. So that's in my head. I don't keep track on a per unit basis. It comes off at the end of the month when I'm kind of factoring in my profits at the end of the month. I'll see what my prep bill is for the month. This month, by the way, I've spent a fortune on prep. Absolute fortune actually. I'm done. It must be $4,000. I'm not sure. Which is a lot of money. But yeah, and I factor it end of the month. It's too much hassle to track on a per unit basis, I think. So Empire's asking, do you upload shorts to TikTok and Instagram as well? I do, yes. So I tend to basically put them all 4 platforms: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. The apps aren't as good, but they're very good reach. Yeah, so I do all of them, yeah. I'm slowly building up. I mean, I'm not very consistent with it all. I need to get better. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I do put them out there, so I need to get better at it, though. That's why I'm going to do these, like, dedicated. Oh, God, I've been standing. In fact, I'm going to... if we're carrying on. God, it's nearly 2 hours. I'm going to stand up here, so... My desk is just moving. There we go. Oh... I was sitting for way too long there. So we're standing up now. Let's get my chair away. Oh, man. So, yeah, I need to get better at the social media. It's a big learning curve, to be honest, all that kind of stuff. Getting better at, like, well, I guess I've gotten better doing these lives, like filling in the gaps and talking non-stop and stuff. And it's the same for, like, talking and presenting yourself on video. Just get better with... If you look at my first video, by the way, on YouTube, go and look at my oldest video. I'm just sat there, I'm like, hello, my name's Simon. I'm an Amazon seller. Very dull and boring. Whereas now I'm like, hey, I'm an Amazon seller. This is really exciting. You should get into Amazon. So a bit more energy now, I think. But yeah, my whole video is terrible. But it means you can improve though. So, but yeah. So do you upload shorts? Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. What subscriptions do you have? So, I've got loads to be honest. But my main one is really my current stack right now. By the way, in my software stack, as you could call it, is Seller Toolkit. A link in the description, hopefully, for that one. I use SellerAmp right now. BuyWhat Pro, I like BuyWhat Pro as well, but Seller Toolkit's my current one. They're both equally good. It's kind of like what you used to. But yeah, I've used BuyWhat Pro before, but SellerAmp's kind of where I am at the moment. I use Keeper as well. And then in terms of repricer, I use Profitability Pro. That is literally the best repricer. But yeah, so that's my current software stack right now. My biggest problem is... I get used to something and I don't want to change. So there's probably better softwares out there than like whatever I'm using. I just get used to what I use. I want to focus on making money. The idea of me now moving softwares seems like a real pain in the butt. I need to maybe go up a little bit more. There we go. It seems a bit of a pain in the butt, really. Having to learn new software, getting used to it and stuff. That just, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, moving over for me is a real pain. So, so MTT, where would you put the other 100k take out of Amazon? Good question. What would I do with it? I don't know. Aston Martin, I think. No. I've always wanted to get into property, really. So I do have 2 properties right now, but I don't. Well, being a landlord, maybe buying another property is not enough to buy a property, but. Maybe I'll probably just put it towards. I really want to so I live in an apartment. I want to get a house. So probably more, get a house at some point. Same time though, I don't want to get burdened with a big mortgage because I'm pretty frugal right now. I live in a pretty modest apartment. Didn't cost that much money. My expenses are really low. that's kind of nice, really. So it's kind of like you get tempted by these very expensive things, but then your expenses go through the roof, and then because at the end of the day, it's all about freedom. That's what all this is about. All the money that I make, it's not necessarily about the money. The money buys freedom, I guess. So I don't have to get a job, or I can go to buy for a month, or I can do whatever I want, really. So that's what you kind of get with this kind of like business thing, I suppose. The freedom to choose what you want to do. As much as I enjoyed my job, and I really did enjoy my job, I hated having to like ask my boss, like, can I take a day off, or can I take a week off, or can I take an extra hour for lunch? I hated that. It's like being at school. So I really hated that so much. But yeah, so that's one thing that irked me massively. So I've just gone off on a massive tangent now on that one. But yeah, that's the beauty of working for yourself, I suppose. But yeah, I want to try and get into property maybe. Oh, I'm not sure really. Something to build more income. This is why I say don't waste your money on cars and whatever, you know. It's just because you can put that money into other things, and you got to treat yourself, obviously, as a balance. But generally, you know, like spending money on this stupid watch, you know, as much as I wanted to do it and stuff, that's money now that's never going to, it's depreciating. You know, that, you know, it cost me £8,000 basically. So, you know, as soon as I walked out the door, it's worth 5,000. So I've lost 3,000 immediately. That's now £8,000 that could be making money on Amazon or somewhere else. So that's now just lost money. Every day this watch is costing me money in like opportunity costs. But at the same time, I wanted to treat myself as my reward for being successful at Amazon and stuff like that. And, you know, so that's what I want to treat myself to. Just now I'm tempted to buy more of them. That's the problem. But no, I'm going to be trying to be good. Yeah, so it's kind of like spinning it up, basically. Spin it up. Take the money you make, spin it into more money, and before you know it, hopefully you're a multi-millionaire. Essentially, that's the plan, really. I don't have to ever worry about money ever again. I can do what I want when I want. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want. So, yeah, that's pretty much, I guess, I think this titled lifestyle business. Yeah. So Empire, what was your jobs pay? Anything like your Amazon income? No. So, well, saying that, I talked about earlier, my Amazon income actually was not that great. If you look on a per year basis, not that great actually. So, it is scaling up, but yeah, it wasn't actually as good as you might think. But yeah, so yeah, I love talking about the lifestyle and the business kind of stuff. I really do want to push YouTube to the next level. I want to do another channel where I talk about finance and all that kind of stuff. But we'll see if I get time to kind of do that thing. But because as much as I do love doing the Amazon one, it's quite a niche category. So I'm never going to get to like 100k subscribed. Maybe 100k could be achievable, but that's quite tough though. I want to try and get to 100k. Basically, I want to be successful. So how old do you think I am, Will? So yeah, that's the question. How old do you think I am? Then I'll put some of you know already, but you can put your guesses in there and I'll tell you. So, but yeah, I'm old though. So you can see my ginger beard there actually. Thoughts on TikTok shop? Seems to be the next big thing. Absolutely. I am. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, TikTok seems to be the hot thing, basically. I feel like I'm getting too old now to like get interested in these new things. So I'm kind of like slow on the uptake, or it feels like all the younger kids these days do these kind of things. Yeah, so I think it's a good opportunity. I think you should get into it. There's obviously a learning curve to it. I don't know too much about it, but I know people are printing money on there, doing OA kind of things, and also private label. Definitely get into it, basically. Well, Brad's cheating because he thinks he knows, but yes, I am 38. So I appreciate that. 28, thank you. I'm 35. 41, I thought was sod off. No, I'm 38. Nearly 39 though. So no, I'm not celebrating. I'm still in the UK for my birthday. So I'm going out there because I was terrified of the budget that came out. I didn't want to give all my money to Labour in taxes, so I booked it to go and see if I wanted to live out there and make a decision. Basically, that's why I booked it. But it's also a holiday as well, so I'm going to hopefully hang out with Spence from Profit Sweep and all those ballers that have moved out there. So like Josh and Spence and whoever else has moved out there. Those guys that have got fancy cars like McLarens and stuff, and see how the other half live, basically. But yeah, so it's the healthy eating that's kept me looking young. So yeah, all my round, slightly chubby face maybe. So, But yeah, so guys, it's warm in here actually. Guys, got the heating on too high. But Nathan says, seems like a lot of the info about Amazon, FBA and Amazon selling is focused on selling on Amazon as a profession or actual business, as opposed to Amazon being an avenue to sell existing product. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Focused on selling on Amazon as a profession or an actual business, as opposed to Amazon just being an avenue to sell existing product. I mean, this is what we all sell existing products. So not all of us. So Ben, for example, is in private label, where he's basically buying a product from China under his own brand and selling it. What I do is I sell existing brands like Nivea or Estee Lauder or whatever, really, Versace and whatever. So that's what most of us do with OA, RA, wholesale. We're selling existing brands. Yes, going to the kind of first bit, you don't have to do this as a full-time living. For me, I wanted to have my own business. This seemed like the best avenue to go down. You don't have to not everyone wants to run a business full-time. It's perfectly fine. Some people just want to make a £500 extra a month to pay the mortgage off, or put money towards a holiday or whatever, pay for school things, put money away for the kids. It's all good. We've all got different goals, and people like that regular paycheck coming in, which is fine. But a lot of people, obviously, if you start making 10,000, 20,000 a month, you'd probably want to think twice about your job. But it's not for everyone, really. You can still make this like a lifestyle business where you're just making a bit of extra money every month and you're just happy with it, enjoying the process. And then I guess if you get laid off or something, at least you've got like a side hustle coming in. Because going into the whole thing of people say, oh, starting a business is risky. There's the argument that having a job's risky. You basically have, people say diversification is important. You should have multiple revenue streams. Well, having a job is just one revenue stream, and you could get fired tomorrow. So there's a risk in that people don't necessarily consider, I suppose. It's not that risky, but you get my point, I guess, is what I'm saying there. So for me, running a business, having multiple income streams is less risky, I suppose, than, in my opinion, than maybe having a job. Now, obviously, it depends what job you've got and all that kind of stuff like that. So, yeah. Have you signed a petition to call? I did. Yes, I actually did sign that because, and by the way, I didn't vote for Labour. So it's not like I'm having regrets. I did not vote for them. But yeah, I can see why they basically did a massive U-turn on all the voters. So everyone who voted for them, they basically lied their way into office, and they're just getting away with it. So, and surprisingly, Keir Starmer said he's not going to call another general election. So, what a shocker. So Nathan, do you have any resources for using it as an avenue to sell a product? I don't know what you mean, Nathan, there. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Can you elaborate a bit more? Yeah, Brad, you're exactly right. Jobs aren't secure as people think. I mean, obviously we have a bit more protection in the UK. Like, you can't just get fired. If you pass your probation and stuff, you have to be given notice and things like that. There's potentially some sort of redundancy pay, depending on how long you've worked for. It's not like America where they could literally fire you. Basically, you can go into work and you're fired. And the same token, you can also quit with 1 day's notice in America, depending on your contract and stuff. But so we do have a bit more protections here. But yes, in theory, it's actually, as far as I'm concerned, a little bit of a risk. I mean, you can always find another job and stuff like that. But there's an element to that people don't necessarily consider. Whereas, trying to build out multiple streams. But say, keep a job, do a side hustle, and then if you want to make it a full-time living, do it. You might not, you might want to keep it separate. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. You don't have to, and also you don't have to make everything you do. There's this thing that's come now. It's like, hey, I'm interested in watches. Well, start selling watches, or I'm interested in gaming. So why don't you make a business out of gaming? You don't have to turn everything you do into a business now. There's a lot of these people you do this and make it into a side hustle. You don't have to do that either. So I admire the hustle culture, and I do, I'm a hustler myself, but you don't have to turn everything you do into a freaking side hustle. So just enjoy some things for what they are. Someone asked me, will I get into selling watches? I'll be honest, I did consider it. I was because I've watched people on YouTube doing it, and it seems really cool, but no way. I haven't got the knowledge for it or the inclination to sell watches. Not for me. And I just want to enjoy the hobby of it, the collecting aspect of it, and get into it. So, definitely not for me. No way. I know just enough to be dangerous and lose a shitload of money. So I'll never get into that. if you're watching from Rolex. No, I'm not. I'm serious. Yeah, that is one thing they're worried about, by the way. When you go and try and buy a Rolex, they want to make sure basically they profile you and make sure you're not going to sell the watches, because some of them you can sell for a profit. So I've got no interest in that whatsoever. So Empire saying, what do you think about the move to USA instead of Dubai? It's hard to get into USA, isn't it? There's no the green card visa. Green card lottery. We're one of the few countries that is excluded from the green card lottery. Otherwise, I'd be in the lottery. I would probably move to if I could move to USA tomorrow. I probably would. There's definite downsides to moving to USA, but tends to be that USA you're fine if you've got money. If you don't have money, you're kind of screwed. There's upsides and downsides. It's much more a dog-eat-dog sort of country, very capitalist. You have to pay for everything. But at the same time, the opportunities there are insane. So if you're willing to work and put the effort in and start a business, that's why they say, the American sort of dream and stuff like that. I say, because you can go to America and make a fortune. People don't say that about the UK. People say, we'll come to the UK and exploit it. That's what I kind of think people think, but which is a shame, really. But I would consider moving out there, but I think it's very difficult. I'm not like an expert, but from what I've seen, basically you have to get a job out there, or it's like with Australia. I think you can move out there if I invested $3 million and then hired 5 Australian employees full time. I can start a business out there. Still doesn't guarantee you permanent residency though. It just means you can live out there while the business is running. So there's no guarantees, but I would consider moving to USA. I think I'd do very well out there, definitely. So I work full time and doing Amazon. Exactly, CJ. Yeah, so easy. Yeah, you've got a really cushy job, so I can see why you don't want to quit your job. You're getting paid good money, and it's pretty good for you. So absolutely. So, but it's nice to have that if whatever happens to your job and you've got some money coming, a couple of £1,000, £3,000 from Amazon. As long as that's enough to pay your bills, it's nice to have that, isn't it? It gives you a nice, hopefully you sleep well at night without kind of knowing you've got that. So, out of the frying pan into the fire. Someone saying, well, USA, yeah. So, look, positive and negative to USA. So, Nihal saying, have you invested in cryptocurrency? Yes. I was into Bitcoin when it was $1, Litecoin when it was a cent. In fact, when I got into cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, we all thought it was too late, $1, so we all did Litecoin and stuff like that instead. The other ones, I was day one Dogecoin, by the way. Day one, I mined Dogecoin. So I could probably send you my old wallet address. You could see the amount of Dogecoin I had in there. Yeah, let's not go into that one. So I fucked up with cryptocurrency. I sold it way too soon. I had freaking loads of it. But what are you going to do? It's one of my biggest regrets. Not my biggest, but one of my biggest ones. But you can't live life with regrets. So it did take me a while to get over it. I'm not going to lie. I was, but I'm kind of over it now. I'm doing pretty well. So, it's, what are you going to do? So, but I had millions of dollars, millions of pounds in cryptocurrency. So, at one point I had 400 Bitcoin in one wallet. It wasn't all mine, to be fair, but people sent me money to buy a mining rig. At that time, 400 Bitcoin was $10,000 because this thing was a Bitfury ASIC. I think it was 400 gigahash. I think it was at the time, which is nothing these days, for Bitcoin miners. But so, and everyone was dreaming, I could go to 10k or 50k, and it seemed mad, but obviously it's happened. So, has it? I don't think it's hit 100k yet, has it? I think it's a bit bouncing up off it. I'm not sure. That's obviously quite a big. See, Nuffles is more the crypto guy. What's it called when it it's a test, isn't it, or something? It's testing 100 or whatever the lingo is and that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure if it's hit 100 yet. But 1 million Bitcoin. I'm not going to be investing in Bitcoin, mate. If you invest in Bitcoin now, I think you're crazy. Could it go higher? I'm sure it can, but I wouldn't necessarily invest into this bull run. I'd probably wait. It always goes up and down. Yeah, resistance. Yeah, so this thing goes always. Look at the Bitcoin history. It always goes up and down in cycles. I think we're in an upswing right now. Long term, I'm sure it will go to 150, 200k. Who knows what it's going to end up going to? Nuts to think if it goes to $1 million. I had 400 million in my possession, 400 million pounds. That's obviously a crazy amount of money. I just sold something on eBay. Nice. So I think maybe if it comes back down to 70k, could be then it might be a good. But it's not investment advice. I don't think you should invest in Bitcoin at all, or any kind of cryptocurrency. Obviously, people disagree with me and make money. But yeah, at the same time, it might be totally wrong. It might go to 100k. We may never see it below 100k ever again. It might just take off, and we never see 100,000 in our lifetimes ever again. Who knows? Just like we're never going to see $1 Bitcoin, which is like say where I was into Bitcoin. So yeah, crazy times. Anyway, enough about crypto. It's too painful. Too painful for me. Wow, this is the longest stream I've done so far. We're on 2 hours. Hope you guys are enjoying this. We've still got 22 viewers, which is awesome. So yeah, there's obviously got a few quiet people in the background just listening to me waffle on. But no, it's been good. I've enjoyed this so far. So only an hour of sourcing, or maybe even 40 minutes actually. But I do kind of enjoy these kind of live streams there. So hopefully keep you guys entertained while you're prepping or whatever you're doing. So ETH, yeah. I mean, I had a little bit of ETH. I think I sold it around maybe 2k. I can't remember, to be honest. But yeah, so prep center fees. It depends on which prep center you use. They're as low as 40p and as high as 65, 70p a unit, depending on whether you got to bag it and how much prep. Is it a bundle? Is it all that kind of stuff? So, but yeah, so could you get a unit employed? You could do. You'd say it's hassle though. Like, I'm all about like low effort, I suppose. I don't want to. I mean, I've got a unit where I'm in right now, just burning money with that, by the way. Where I was like prepping all those sneakers and stuff. I did them all in house because they were very like finicky. There was also different colors and sizes, and yeah, I was also trying to store a decent number of them. Yeah, the thing, if you do that though, you get a unit, you employ people, you've got national insurance, you've got to pay them a salary, you've got big unit costs. You got to then like manage the schedules. It's a right hassle. I'd rather just pay a prep center and have to deal with any of that stuff. So yeah, you're spending more money, but it depends what kind of model you go down. If you end up going down like massive wholesale route and you're ordering thousands of units, then you could probably prep it in house for like 5p a unit, doing all that kind of stuff. But rather than paying like 60p or 40p, whatever you're paying. So yeah, Brad, that wasn't all mine, to be fair. So yeah, in that 400, but I did own 400 Bitcoin at one point. Well, no, in my possession, it wasn't mine though. But yeah, so yeah, we spent it on that bit miner, so which worked out really shit. It turned up late, didn't run at the full gigahash thing where it was. It was a real shitter. Yeah, in fact, the way you overclocked that, by the way, was to so one of the things we tried to do was overclock it, and the way you did it was on the capacitors you ran like a lead pencil over it, or a carbon pencil, because it basically would increase the resistance over it, so which meant more power and more energy going to it, which try and push the boards up to more gigahashes. So it was really janky back in the day, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was nuts, really. But yeah, it was really finicky, and we basically lost money on that Bitfury thing. Well, yeah, because in terms of Bitcoin cost, because most people sent in Bitcoin. In fact, everyone sent in Bitcoin. So yeah, in terms of we never got enough Bitcoins out of it to make the money back. So that was a bit of a shitter. It's one of those things. I mean, I don't want to talk about cryptocurrency anywhere. I'm freaking done with cryptocurrency. So, so it's cost me money. I still did okay on it, but yeah, I missed out obviously on a lot of stuff. But flipping back to yard mining. So yeah, oh god, can't stand cryptocurrency now. But yeah, so all these crypto bros out there like enough of us. Hey, another sale here where I lost 27p because I'm selling. I've got a summer item that I just can't be asked to hold anymore. So just taking an L on that one for now, getting rid of it, getting my money back. Yeah, getting my £25 back on that one. So actually no, £16 cost. But yeah, so Tosif, do you include unsold stock in profit and loss, as without unsold stock, profit is not counted yet? No, that is a total no. Look, end of year accounts, I think you would. I'm pretty sure you count it. But on a monthly basis, no, that's not how it works at all. So I had someone made that argument with me before. It's like, well, you've got 195,000 in stock in Amazon. 195,099 now, by the way. How can you say you made £300 today? You know, it's like, yeah, technically you've lost £194,700. That's not how it works, really. But yeah, so I kind of get the kind of point, but it's wrong. End of year though, sure, it counts. But what we look at STK and stuff is not like proper accounting. It just gives you an idea of where you're going. End of year accounts is just a totally different thing. Money in versus money out, essentially, is my understanding. I'm not an accounting expert, though. And afterwards, I think this is the longest you've been on the stream before, or I've seen you talk anyway. So, is anyone taking up that amazing mentorship offer, by the way? There's a really influential FBA seller who's doing mentorship. It's not me, by the way, so I'm pointing that out. Even more influential than me. Only £1,100 per month, but he also is offering a 20% discount on the year, $10,560. So if you want like one-on-one mentorship for a whole year, only £10,500. What a bargain, eh? So yeah, whoa, well, that's a pretty awesome deal there, I can think. So yeah. For those of you that know, you know. But yeah, I was doing bookkeeping. Nuffles is doing his own like bookkeeping, so I can't be bothered with that kind of stuff. So Dex. Yeah, what an offer, eh? So it's a lot. Only God, you think it round it down to like just 9,999 for the year? You know, shave off that 500, make it 22%, whatever it is, discount. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the stock has value, exactly. So yeah, so Auto Antics, 10,000, a lot of money. Yeah, I'm not saying do it, by the way. I'm kind of taking the piss. I'm not gonna lie. So if you want to look, you want to do mentorship, well, private label, go and speak to Nikos. I think it's £3,000. He'll teach you private label. What's the deal, Ben? Are you still on? I think it was 3,000, and he'll get you to 100k in sales, something like that, I think. So no freaking brainer on private label. And then as for like OA mentorship and stuff like that, well, you get me for free. So yeah, everyone keeps telling me I need to do paid mentorship. I'm leaving money on the table, but I don't know. I can't bring myself to do it. So, but yeah, I'll just stick with also. Yeah. So that cool. Yeah, like private label can be very profitable. It's got its own ups and downs though. I know Nikos. Anyway, by the way, check out Nikos Marco. Check him out on YouTube. Another fantastic YouTuber. I'm good friends with him. We do like regular podcasts and stuff. Yeah, he used to be a math teacher, and now he does Amazon FBA, mostly private label, and is absolutely crushing it. So yeah, only going up, basically, only going up. I think he makes similar numbers to me now, so between like 6,000 and 10,000 per month, and God, in a few years' time, he's going to be on even bigger numbers than that. So it's kind of crazy, really. So yeah, Nikos, I think we're pretty much neck and neck. Actually, I'm not sure, not had like an update from him in a little while, but yeah, he's having a good month. So. Yeah, he does a bit of everything, I think, OA, RA, and private label. So, yeah, he's doing pretty well. But yeah, he does mentorship for private label, if that's something you're interested in. So he's who I'd probably go to learn private label. So, yeah, I can't remember exactly what the offer is. So, hey, so another sale here, another £2.63. There we go. So, doesn't seem like a lot, but it all adds up. So 134 more units in stock for that. So pretty nice. So yeah, you know, another, what was that, £500, I guess. Have I done the math right on that? No, I've not done the math at all right on that. It's like £300. But yeah, it's getting late though. So my mental arithmetic's not the best. But yeah, it was really good. So I wish I could have got more of that now, actually. I was like a bit worried that I overbought, and now I'm wondering, shit, I should have bought more of that. So if you want to know what product it is, you can look at the reflection in my eyes and do the whole CSI zoom in thing, the infinite zoom. Do you know what? On this, I might have to put the price up. I'm looking at this. I'm like, you know what? It sells $400 per month. I'm going to have to put the price up on this item. So I may have given away what it is, but yeah, I think I'm selling too quickly on it, and I'm going to have to put the price up. So I'll have to evaluate the stock and stuff, but yeah. So yeah, interesting. So that's what I'm kind of doing now. If I see things start to fly right now, considering we're in November still, I'm kind of throttling those products. So that's actually hurting my profits these months, because I've done that on probably 5 or 10 products now where I've throttled it back and put the price up, because we're not even in December yet. So oh yeah, UTR, yeah, it can be a while. Yeah, I guess at this time of year as well, it can be a bit of a pain. So yeah, all those government things are taking longer now. Labour's gotten into power, so. But no, not enough. We're not going to talk politics here. So I'm not a fan of Labour, though, if you haven't guessed. So cool. So we've still got 24 viewers. So keeping you guys entertained, kind of crazy. nuts, really. Yeah, I do appreciate you guys being on. So how am I doing then? Let's have a look for the month then. I'm so addicted to looking at this stuff. Took me 9246, not too bad for the month. So it should hit 10k. Should easily hit 10k. But yeah, I'll be honest. Auto, I was gonna vote reform. But as soon as Nigel, and mainly because I'll be honest, like I probably shouldn't talk politics, but I'm a conservative guy. I've always voted conservative. I don't think they did. Did they do it? They did a pretty bad job. Let's be honest. They had a good chance to maybe make some good changes. They pretty much just like did a pretty shit job. Phoned it in, I guess is be the word. Now that Labour are in, though, I think it's probably the better the devil you know than the devil you don't. I think most people would rather go back to Conservatives at this point. Reform, I think things need a bit of a shake-up, really. I don't agree with all the policies or anything like that. So I know they're very anti-immigration. I'm not anti-immigration at all. If someone wants to come to this country and bet themselves, I'm all for that, actually. As long as they want to come to this is getting into politics now, so you're not going to get too much into this stuff. But yeah, I'm open to that kind of stuff. But yeah, the one thing, I just feel like things need to shake up. I'm not saying I don't like Trump, by the way, but at least he's kind of like shaking things up a little bit in the USA, maybe for good or I don't know, good or bad. Yeah, it's what was I going to say? I didn't like the fact he said that we caused the war with Ukraine. I hated that stuff. So anyway, I'm very anti-Russia, so I'm very pro-Ukraine. Anyway, we won't talk any more about that anyway. So what's Nikos's profit then? I'm going to ask him. Is he online? Hey, what's your profit for the month? We are talking about it. Live stream. We'll see if he's awake. He might be in bed. Yeah, he's got a young family and stuff, so he's probably shattered and asleep. Who knows? Minimum SPM depends if you're doing wholesale or when I was doing sneakers, I was going for ones that were saying 2 or 3 SPM a month. But I was maybe only one or two people on listing making £40, £50 or £30, depending on what per unit. £30 was probably average, I'd say 30, 40. Yeah, I mean somewhere around 5 would be where I was looking probably. With wholesale I'm looking for like 50, 100 or more really, so it all depends on kind of like how much stock you can get and things like that. So yeah, it depends. There's no right or wrong answer. There's the whole argument of what I used to be like sell low volumes but high profit, and now I've definitely shifted complete 360 and now 180 I should say. Now I'm doing high volume, low profit, like £2.63 profit per unit, trying to sell good volumes. And what else? One here I lost 27p or made £1.13 on this one, £6 on that one, £3.50 on this one, £5.40 on that one. So £22 on that one. So I'm a good mix really. So, but yeah, I think faster is generally a safer bet. So, how many sales there? Of course, says today is £298 profit with 2,120 sale in revenue, 68 units and 31% ROI. So ROI is taking a hit. It used to be around 40%, but now with wholesale I'm doing more volume. ROI is a little bit lower, but yeah, hopefully the numbers end of the day, all I care about is profit. So in the end of the day, if I can make 5% ROI, I'm making £1,000 a day, I'd do it obviously. So if I had the capital, you need a lot of capital for that. So yeah, it's there's many ways to skin this cat, I guess, many ways to do this business. It's a horrible term actually. So, but yeah, there's many ways to do the business. Yeah, if you get it's a good question. Minimum SPM, yeah. So yeah, it all depends really right now with wholesale. Yeah, like 50 is an absolute minimum, and then obviously depends how many sellers there are. I'd rather be on a listing where there's 50 SPM. And there's like maybe one other seller. So if I come on, we were getting like 25 each. Then where there's one where it's 100 SPM and there's like 9 other sellers, and I jump on, there's 10, and we get 10 sales per month. So it's that ratio of SPM versus the seller count. So you need to keep that in mind. For me, what I've told my VA basically is I'm looking to make £50 per month per listing, basically. So he'll look at SPM, he'll add me on as a seller. Let's say there's 9 sellers on this listing. He adds me on as the 10th one. Then takes that SPM, let's say it's 100, divided by 10, gives us 10 sales per month. If it's that, then I need to be making, because my minimum is 50 per month per listing, with 10 sales per month, which is what I'm expecting to make. I'd need to be making £5 per unit per month for me to jump on that listing. Your threshold might be lower than that. Mine definitely used to be around £25-30, so now it's 50. So yeah. Akil, do you buy a month worth of stock? Yes, with Qogita, by the way. If I get the opportunity, if I'm buying like 6 months worth of stock and I feel like I can just buy all the stock and it won't restock for ages, I will do that. Yeah, I'll buy all the stock, but it has to be like a really good deal. And I say a good way to maybe avoid tanking is just try and buy all the stock. If you've got the money for it, and buy the stock. No guarantee you're going to get all the stock though, because I might restock it, so you need to be careful with that. But that's been a strategy that I've done. So yeah. Yeah, it could be a bit of a gamble. It requires more money. Depends what kind of deal you're getting, I suppose. How good the listing is, how good the deal was. Was it like a temporary price drop, or is it normally at that price? I've got some really good ones that were really killer deals. So actually, I've got a great one here. Let me find it. I haven't sold one in a few days, actually. It was a really killer price drop on Qogita. And by the way, guys, get yourself signed up to Qogita. Use the code FBA Mogul. Go to your account, promotions at the bottom, and then promo code FBA Mogul. If you've got an existing account, try and get the £120. If you've got a new account, you can add it in when you sign up, or use the link in the description for that. Using Arbisource, Qogita, and Qogita price drops is the best sourcing method right now, the most profitable one in my opinion. So I mean, I got one here basically, which I got a really good price. I bought this thing for £9.88. I've only got 10 left now. I can't remember how in total, maybe 40-50. I'm selling for $29.71 and I'm making £9 profit. So it's just 110% ROI. Pretty sick. There's another one there. Let me find it. Where is it? I had a really sick deal. So it was a killer price drop. It's never come back since I'm aware of anyway. If I can find the damn... I probably should just search it, actually. I should search it. Let's have a look. Yeah, here we go. So I paid $52.29 for this unit. Sells for £132. And I'm making £43. 100% ROI. And I got 27 of them, I think. 27, I think it's 27, yeah. So... pretty nice. Those are pretty sick deals. So yeah, and I've sold a few of them. You know, I've sold two on the 24th, one on the 25th, one on the 26th. So they sell at 130, and it's like a health and beauty product, a moisturizer, or some sort of face cream, I think so. I don't know what it is. What is it? Anti-aging. Yeah, anti-aging stuff's always expensive. So I should know. I use it every day. No, not really. Have you had products that just haven't sold? Yes, when I first started, because I didn't know what I was doing. Now I always make sure I'm looking at products that sell. So yes, I've definitely bought some in the past, and I've had them probably still stuck in stock now, actually, where I just like they're not selling. There's no SPM on them. But no, if you do the research, look at my stream, all my live streams where I do the sourcing. I talk about all the the thumbs up, the thumbs down, the red flags, the green flags, all those kind of things. Analyzing products, I try and articulate exactly what I'm thinking. So all those live streams are like gold, basically. Watch them all the sourcing ones, and you can learn how I source and all the thought processes that go through my head when I'm sourcing, including and mostly I'm looking at the SPM. That is one of the most important things, as long as price stability and things like that. So Empire saying, on Qogita, if you can't get to the minimum order requirements, do you look through the suppliers other items? Yes, I do, absolutely. Especially if it's a good deal. The better the deal it is, the worse deal I'm willing to take to get the minimum order quantity. Now I've never taken a loss on any, but I've definitely bought some break-even items to get those items, depending on how much money I'm going to make on them. So I think I've done that once or twice. But yeah, it depends how much. If those deals are really sick and you're going to make like £300-400 profit, maybe you can't quite get to minimum order quantity, then I definitely add in some extra stuff. You know, I'm not saying get a personal item, but you can maybe add something like that in. You're not allowed to do that on Qogita, by the way. Business only. Or just find some break-even items. Do what you need to do to get that order through before someone else does. Absolutely. Brad saying, run the seller's stock through RB Direct. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, I should always look. Brad's always answering for me, so I do appreciate Brad. So very helpful member of the community. I do appreciate it. It's awesome to see. MTT, we keep buying whilst on holiday and Dubai. Do you stock up massively before you go? I'm already kind of stocked up already. I've got 196,000, was it? Or 195. Got I guess things are checking in and stuff. So 195,000 pounds basically, 195,100 essentially in Amazon right now. So will I buy when I'm in Dubai? I'm planning on continuing working there. Mainly I'm probably going to stick more towards the social media side of things, but yeah, I guess so. I guess I'll still order when I'm out there and stuff. I'm not sure yet. I do want to kind of scale back a little bit the Amazon, so I'm not sure yet. I'm not really planned it out. I'm not much of a planner, I'm not going to lie. Guess it's part of my like free spirit, I suppose. I kind of just do what I want when I want. It's probably not the best thing though when it comes to business and stuff. Like probably more, and that when I was more the most productive and stuff is when I was like waking up early, had a very set schedule, task list, things like that. And it was good fun for a while, but yeah, I don't know. It's fun in that balance, isn't it? Oh god, oh dear. My back. So how do you run the seller stock through RB? Can you download? Yes. So go to add the things to cart. Once you're in your cart, you can see on the top right or the right hand side of the cart, you'll see it says view. Let's get it up. What does it say? It says why is my Qogita not working? It says, yeah, view supply inventory is a big button on the right hand side. You can go there and you can down, and then once you go to that, you can then let me share it. Talking heads. So you got your Qogita here. You go to cart. In cart here, you can see we've got this Maybelline here. No one's bought it. Bundle of 6. It says view supplier inventory. Click on that, and then there's a download button here, and you can just download that catalog and stick it into RB So pretty easy. Yeah, amazing site actually. Got so many cool bits you can use. So yeah, really awesome to be honest. But yeah, that's how you do it. Then you stick that. You have to basically take that catalog, open it up, delete the top 3 or 4 rows, all the purple ones basically, and then export it to CSV. It will be in either 1 or 2 sheets because there's sometimes 2 sheets on that. One's like the stock, the other one's called hot deals, and then basically stick those sheets, those CSV sheets that you've exported into RB Source. So yeah, there you go. You learn something new every day. So I thought you'd known that actually, but yeah, no, it's all good. It's hard to know everything. There's things you miss. So, but yeah, that's a good way to get extra. Yeah, if you want to top up your minimum order quantity, or if there's like a wholesaler that's actually doing like a killer deal, yeah, you can go and look at the other stock. So what's happened here? What was I on before? I'm on £307 profit now. So, oh yeah, I just made £8.42 on one item, 336% ROI. That's pretty nice. So that was a £3 cost of good, sold for $19.99. Pretty nice. And then sold another one where I'm making 26% ROI, but only 95p. So, and I've got a decent chunk of those in a few hundred. So they're not selling as well as I wanted, but they're going. So yeah. Profits always. This is a nice thing about stuff like when you. The thing I like about Amazon's not passive by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm obviously not working Amazon right now. If I go cinema or a meal or whatever, it's still nice to have that kind of money rolling in. Obviously you've done all that upfront work to get that, but it's nice to have that money kind of coming in even when you're not necessarily like looking at it. So pretty sick. So it's not passive, but it's passive in that regard of you can still be making money when you're not actually doing Amazon directly, if that makes sense. So hey, it's another sale. So obviously I've caught on the same item, I've caught the buy box on that. So it's interesting when you see this, like you've obviously caught the buy box and suddenly the sales start flying in. This item here sells for $700 per month. So the fact I've now caught the buy box on that means obviously I'm going to get some decent sales coming through. If I'm not careful, all my stock could go flying right now. I may need to adjust the prices up. So this is pretty much what I do on a daily basis now. I'm keeping an eye on my sales, and if things start to fly, I might just adjust the prices up slightly. Yeah, because obviously that one actually, when you factor in, it actually went down quite a lot, 95p, sorry. Factor in prep costs and shipping, I'm probably break even on that product actually, to be honest. Maybe a very slight profit, but it kind of did tank more than I expected. I think there's a shitload of stock of that, and it was maybe not a mistake, but it was a mistake in a way, I think. But same time, though, it sells $700 per month now. It's going to go to what's the Christmas sort of past history. well, apparently last year 500. So, but now we're already beyond that. So it might go up to like 1,000, maybe 1,500. Who knows? So, but yeah. So anyway, it's a kind of interesting one. So I might have to put the price up on that. Actually, might turn out to be quite a nice, profitable item. I'm finding it tricky. I'm trying to keep a sales velocity coming through, but I'm also trying to hold back the stock. I'm like, trying to hold that horse back from just bolting. So no, Brad, don't shut up. Oh no, it's all good. Yeah, no, that's the best way to learn, by the way, is teaching others. So yeah, that's good. That's good. It means you know what you're talking about, mate. You're learning a lot, so it just shows. You might want to create a rival Discord, mate, and start a YouTube channel. So but yeah, Auto lost 10k yesterday. Oh, car's been scrapped. Oh mate, that sucks. What happened? What happened to your car? I assume when you say scrapped, you mean like written off. What happened, mate? I hope you didn't crash it. Yeah, so my car's not even worth 10k. I've got my car. It's now got like a child lock error on it, and oh my god! So it's getting to the point in my car. It's like, is it worth repairing it, or should I just basically take it down to We Buy Any Car and let them take it for? I can't remember, they offered me $4,000 or something. I can't remember. And just getting a new car. It's something I'm definitely considering now. My car is coming up to 8 years old, so 9 years old soon, actually. Yeah. Might have to get a new car at some point. So Auto Antics asks, how does the buy box actually work? So I've got a great video on this, but I'll talk you through it now anyway. So no, the lowest price won't always get it. Look, price is the biggest pretty much factor on the buy box. Obviously, by the way, what we are talking about now is from what we see. Only people who know how the buy box exactly works and knows the exact formula, and it's also different for each listing as well, is Amazon. They're the only ones that know exactly, but tends to be that, my watch is worth more than my car, tends to be that, lowest price can win it. Doesn't always mean they're going to get 100% of it, though. Locality also comes into it as well. Amazon, think of it basically, Amazon want to basically give the best customer experience and also do it the cheapest, so if you've got stock all over the country, you'll see if you send 100 units in or something to Amazon, you'll get this FC transfer. It means they're transferring it where they think the demand is. So they'll transfer it to all the different, you can't see my hands moving here, but they'll transfer all the different fulfillment centers all over the UK. And then it means basically, let's say I want to buy something, and maybe you've only got one stock, and that's in a warehouse in Scotland. And someone else has got stock in Nottingham or wherever the nearest prep centre is, not prep centre, fulfillment centre, even though it's more expensive in, say, Leicester, whatever. Amazon are probably going to give the buy box for me on that one, just because of the locality. I'm pretty sure that's how it works anyway. Again, I'm not like 1,000,000% on that kind of stuff, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But yeah, it comes down to like sometimes as well, it's also who got the stock in first. Like I said, I was in with my younger brother. We both had stock in the same listing. He got his in way before me. He has way less sales than me, less seller history, less everything. We're both the same price. He was dominating the buy box. I was getting nothing, absolutely nothing with the same price. And I've got like really good seller rating and good history and all that kind of stuff. So I'm more stock than him as well. But he was dominating the buy box. So yeah, so it's sometimes it is a first in gets the buy box. Locality, price, seller history as well potentially can factor in as well. Trying to think what else really, but yeah, that's kind of where it comes to, I suppose. How it kind of works. Oh my god, engine blow up, mate. What car do you have then? So, that sucks. That sucks, mate. Engines are expensive. Yeah, I remember that happened to my. Well, no, it didn't blow up, but my last car, by the way, which was a Ford C-Max, the gasket I think went on it or something, and they were like saying, "Oh, it's going to cost like $2,000 or $3,000 to fix it, we think, and it might not even fix it." So I just took it down to We Buy Any Car and got I think I got like $2,000 out of it in the end. Actually, I was quite pleased with it, and they knew about all the problems, so I was like, just get shot of it ready. Weirdly enough, it then got through its MOT and back on the road, so they probably maybe fixed it up or something or pushed it through. It wouldn't pass its MOT because of the whole gasket issue, the emissions or whatever. So yeah, cars get to that point. Yeah, engine sucks, mate. That sucks. Brad, stock is still available for sale, which is in FC transfer though. It's just delivery date is pushed out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, and of course, yeah, availability time as well, of course. So Obviously, if you've got stock that may be a little bit more expensive, but it's available next day delivery on Prime, you're more likely to get the buy box than someone who's an FC transfer with a delivery date of a week away or whatever it is. So even though you might be cheaper. So again, that comes in. Essentially, what it comes down to pretty much what Amazon want is they want to give the best customer experience to people, and they also want to do it at the cheapest price as well. So yeah, pretty much it's all about customer experience. So that tends to how I kind of think about how it all works at Amazon. Yeah, and how they give the buy box. Yeah, sorry, mate, to hear about your car. That sucks big time. Yeah, so what car was there, mate? I'm intrigued. This is yeah, I mean, engine blows up. It sucks. That is, yeah, I'd write off, isn't it? But yeah, that's why I'm all about reliability and stuff. Do you know what? I would never buy a Range Rover. I've got a mate who, his wife got a lease Range Rover, and it broke down after like, I don't know, a few months or whatever, 3-4 months. It was in the shop for a few months. They did get a replacement Land Rover from the leasing company, and it took ages to repair. Came back, and then like 3 months later, it's broke down again. So they've gone back to the thing, and then now the lease company is giving him a Fiat 500, and he's got like a family of 4, so he has to. To be fair, Fiat 500 is kind of a cool car, kind of nippy little fun little car. I kind of like them actually, but when you've got a family of 4, it'd be a bit cramped in there when you're used to like a Range Rover. So yeah, I would never buy a Range Rover. Just like it seems like the reliability just seems terrible on them. You might look really fancy and stuff, but yeah, if you're sat by the side of the road waiting for a repair, yeah, I don't know. For me, I've broken down in the past where I was basically didn't get rescued to the next day, so I had to go to like a hotel and stuff. It was a fucking nightmare. So all I want is reliability with a car. Really, it's the main priority. Because yeah, that sucked big time. I don't know why I didn't just get. Well, no, I know why I didn't get an Uber home because I was waiting for freaking the companies come out and repair it, and then they turned up and said there's nothing they could do, and they'll be back in the morning. So yeah, I burnt 2 engines on cars, warranty repaired, 1 insured, repair the other. Been quite lucky. Okay, well, unlucky, I'd say, actually. You're blowing up. What car you been driving, Brad, to blow up 2 engines? And what revs do you go to? So, yeah, Akil, I've got a Ford C-Max, so nothing very exciting. It's a 1 litre petrol C-Max. Very, so I'm just not leaning on the desk here. A very underpowered car, but it has got all the gizmos in it, which is quite nice, even from 2016, which is where it's from. So, yeah, it does the job for me. It's comfortable and stuff, but not very fast. But it's cool. It's just repairs, and now I'm probably going to get to quite expensive and might not be worth it. If you were to buy another car, Aston Martin, would you buy it outright or finance? Keep them. So I can't get finance. I tried to finance this. I don't know why. My credit rating. Let's have a look. I don't know if I should share this stuff, but let's go to, what is it? Money Saving Expert. I don't know why they won't give me credit. It's really weird. So I tried in the shop to get credit for this because they're offering 0% interest finance. Got declined. Did it online. Got declined. They won't tell you why. Yeah, my rating it's gone down a little bit. 632 out of 710. So 8.5 out of 10 apparently. Anyway, got declined on it, so I wouldn't be able to get credit on a car. I don't know what the problem is or what's going on with it, but yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Really strange. But no, I'm not a fan of normally financing things. If I can get 0%, sure, I'll buy finance, but otherwise I'll buy it in cash. Although saying that though, I'd say, if that money's better off in business making money, then that could be better than paying finance interest. So I'm not normally a fan of finance though. What car would I get? I wouldn't get an Aston Martin. As much as I'd love an Aston Martin, I've pretty much decided I want something kind of sporty, but at the same time, what my ultimate dream car is like a Porsche 911, not my dream car, but like realistic car, like maybe that Aston Martin DB11 for like 86k, 90k, whatever. Porsche 911 around 100k. These are my dream cars that I could see myself maybe owning one day. Certainly not now. But it seems like somewhat achievable potentially. I've pretty much decided like the best bang for your buck really something like an Audi TT. Maybe get like the final edition for like 30k, something around there, 32, 35k. It's still got a bit nippy. It's not like the quickest car in the world, but it's a bit of fun to drive. I've had a TT before. I really enjoyed it. Had the Mark II. Get something like that. It's kind of a middle ground. Otherwise, I kind of like saloon cars. Maybe something like an S4. S5 maybe, but then we're kind of pushing the budget a little bit. I really like Audi A7s or S7s. So it's just trying to find that balance of like, I want something nice and something a little bit nippy, but at the same time, I don't want to spend a fortune. 30k pretty much is where I'd want to spend. It'd be the max, really. The other thing would be if I would consider leasing an electric car if they'd allow me to do it. Apparently, let's say there's something on my credit file, that's people scaring them off. I don't know what it is, but yeah. So my credit score is excellent. So I don't know really. So, but yeah, I'd consider an electric car. I'd lease it though, because I just know it's like with iPhone. Well, I feel like as iPhones, like, do you want to buy like a really old iPhone? The battery's dead and stuff. So I feel like it's the kind of same thing with electric cars. I think they depreciate massively, so I'd rather get an electric car and let someone else pay the lease and then trade it in when the battery starts getting crap. So let's have a look here. Catching up on you. So on the chat, sorry. Customer spent 15k in 2 years on repairs, 17 Ranger. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, they're not good. So no, they're not. They're not good car. Well, they're very nice. They're very nice inside, all that kind of stuff. They've got a prestige around the brand, but no, the reliability is not good on them whatsoever. They're really unreliable. But yeah, so. Yeah, but yeah, you know what? Yeah, Empire Game, that's the question. Actually, if I could get the finance, I would probably consider it so I could keep money in the business, actually. It's something I've always been anti-finance, anti-paying interest. But hey, if I can get even it's 10%, that money is probably better off still in the business where I can make more than 10%. So I'm happy to pay that extra 10%, I guess. So that's definitely actually something to think about when you're in business, actually. If you can spin that money up in business somehow. So first one was a little DS3. That's a Citroen DS3. Weld went on the coil and dropped into the combustion shaft. Oh wow, okay. C class. The other one I tried to turn a C class into some. Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh god. Okay, so you obviously went with flood war and stuff. So, see, Mercedes is probably a car. I mean, they're very nice and stuff, but god, the repair costs and stuff on there. I'm like an old man basically. I look at all the. I mean, my dad's worse than me actually, but whenever I say, "Hey, check this house out," he's like, "Oh, that would cost a lot to heat that," and its energy rating's really poor. I'm like, we're not talking about it. We're looking at how nice this house is or whatever. But yeah, I kind of the same with cars. I'm like, yeah. I don't know. I like Audis. I'm not a big fan of BMWs. X5 could look good. Yeah, so I kind of saw the SQ8 was pretty nice, or Q8 or whatever. Too much money though. I don't want to spend that much money on a car. It's ridiculous. Cars are, I don't know, just total waste of money. They're a depreciating asset. They just waste of money. So I'll buy one when I'm massively rich and don't give a shit. But for now, yeah, TT probably what I'm looking at. Yeah, sporty, but you got a bit of oomph to it, but bit of fun, but without breaking the bank. So, but yeah, Porsche 911 is what I really want. Yeah, I've driven an electric car. I leased one. Not leased one. God, I had one of the hire car when my car broke down with that gasket issue. It was a. What was it? It was a. I can't remember now, but it was actually pretty nippy. It was like it was a Hyundai something or the Kona, Hyundai Kona. That was it. It's actually pretty nippy. It was a nice little car actually. It's a bit small for me, but it was pretty nippy for what is quite a cheap car actually. I'd probably consider something like that maybe. But yeah, so so credit score really annoying. Spend 40 limit, and they say I spend too much. Spend 20. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know, right? So actually, I remember a few years ago, it's like what factors are affecting your credit score? It's like you don't have enough credit. You need to get another credit card. It's like, I mean, it is a credit score, I suppose. So yeah, it's not necessarily what's best for you, but what builds a score is not necessarily what's best for you. So yeah. Yeah, mate, I've got Credit Karma, I've got Money Saving Expert, Credit Club thing, I've got Experian. There's nothing on there, honestly, apart from those 2 loan hits now, which look bad. They're going to be on there for a few years. There's nothing on there. Like my credit score is excellent. I literally do not understand why they rejected me. It's freaking weird. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so which electric you got? Thinking about getting one, worried about the battery dying, doing an RH. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the downside of it. So Skoda Enyaq. Don't get me wrong, you first get battery anxiety is a thing, but you realise there's charges everywhere. That's true. As long as you're willing to sit there and stuff, then yeah, it's fine. They fast charge anyway, so I just want. I'm not against electric. I think electric's really cool. I just want like and to be fair, they're really quick actually. Just kind of fancy a sporty petrol car as my kind of like, because they're going the way of the dinosaur, aren't they? So even Porsches now are going like hybrid and stuff. So I'm like, I want to get like my final like hurrah sports car. I want to get like a nice petrol, you know, enjoy that while we've got it, and then that'll be the end of it probably, and get electric from then on. That's kind of what I want to do really, and just embrace the electric. So but yeah, that's what I kind of want anyway. So cool, right guys, I'm getting really tired now. I've been going for 2 hours 45 minutes, but it's been great fun, guys. I've really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. So we've still got to say we've been pretty consistent, 20 people. It's been pretty awesome. So I do enjoy hanging out with you guys, talking all sorts of stuff actually, yeah. So 30 minutes, 20 to 80%, yeah. That's fast, plus it'll plug in yeah, exactly, yeah. So yeah, it's just those really long trips, I suppose. But how often do you do those long trips? I mean, for me, never really. Once a year maybe or something like that, so it'll be fine, yeah. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming on. So yeah, it's awesome. I'll do more of these, to be honest, and I'll say I'm happy to hang out for a few hours. It's good fun. So yeah, I do appreciate it, guys. But I'm pretty wiped now actually. I'm gonna go and chill for a bit. I had a late lunch, now I need to get some dinner, and then I'm going to go and relax, and got Chinese tomorrow, which should be very nice. So yeah, cheers guys everyone, thanks for watching, I do appreciate it, and I'll see you next one.